Hello, welcome everybody to another episode of D6 where I, Yaro, Shien bring together voice acting friends and abridging friends and friends in general onto a D&D live show where we roll some dice, drink some drinks, and have an adventure. Dogs! So we're going to go ahead and roll the character intros as usual, then we will get into announcements, shoot the shit, and then we will get into that said adventure. So, without further ado.
My name is Alana Marathari, and this is my story. To say that misfortune follows me at every turn would be a sad, but true beginning. My mother was beaten, tortured, and left for dead, but carried me unknowingly. Going to one of the many elven clans, there I was born healthy and lived among her elven brethren. After finding love and starting my family with a wonderful man named Fenrir, we had a daughter, Alicia. Little did I know that misfortune would come my way once more. While going out on a food gathering with my mastiff Shay, our clan was attacked by humans. Fenrir died trying to protect my daughter, who later I learned was kidnapped. As I saw my beloved die in front of my eyes, I vowed to do whatever it took to find and bring back Alicia to the clan and to always be by her side. I've spoken out of turn many times to my clan, and it's brought me more than my fair share of trouble, but they know I'm right. I will also admit that I do love to partake of fine wines and nails a little more than the average woman, but that's only to mask the pain. I often hide behind jokes and sarcasm. You know, it's easier to laugh at my own pain than deal with it. When it comes to fighting, I believe that I've proven my worth more times than can be counted. My clan is definite proof of that. I have used my femininity at times to get men to give me information, but never letting them get too close to ever touch my heart again. Until I find Alicia, I will not rest. My goal is to find her and save her from the monsters who took her from me. She is my reason for living, and she is the reason why I fight.
My name is Mitch, or as I have been known previously, Rocky Duck Number 9, a monk from the North Country. I journeyed to the land of harsh cold after my adopted family started harshing my mellow. Here, I came across the monastery home to the monk clan, the Rocky Duck, named for the particularly cute waterfowl native to the region. The Rocky Duck value cuteness to a very high degree. I was accepted into the group after a ritual, and was given the number 9 as my identification, because I didn't want the number 37, and the original number 9 had just passed away before I got there, so I figured. Anyway, I trained with them for several years until I realized I could be much cuter if I let my hair grow long. Yes, that is the only reason I left. Please do not inquire further. I now aspire to practice the arts and traditions that were handed down to me, but in my own way, and maybe become an entertainer on the side. I also hope to find a rich girlfriend. Either one works. Though these things may be difficult, as I am not a stellar conversationalist. Hopefully my cute hair will help improve my chances with these endeavors.
I am Arya Hope, rejected by society for being a tiefling, though raised by only a human mother. I found enjoyment in music. My mother first taught me the lute when I was a child, and I found myself skilled in nearly any instrument I encountered. I truly felt the magical properties of music, so I decided to become a bard. And I left my mother at the age of 13. This drew attention to me, mostly responses of disgust. Early on as a bard, I would work rundown pubs, and I would be nearly booed off the stage before I could even perform. A kindly half-elf took pity on me, and she gifted me a brass ring that I've worn ever since. From that day, I was hell-bent that I would not be brought down, and I continued to perform. The half-elf, who introduced herself as Florinda Aldith, became a regular in my audience. She went on to introduce me to a mysterious promoter known simply as the Shadow Agent. I've never seen his face. I know only his deep, raspy voice. He's regularly flaunted his connections and has proved an invaluable resource to me. Time and determination was to my advantage, as my skill eventually earned respect, and I've come to a point of moderate success. I will never let go of my dream, which is to one day perform for the royal court. The brass ring given to me by Florinda will never tarnish. and it reminds me that I will not tarnish either.
I, Bagamnon Gorvroth, born in the heart of Dracovania, conceived by Durgrax, a general in the Dracovanian army, and Belnies, a teacher. I grew up enjoying some of the more finer things in life. A good home, plenty of food, and most of all, an exuberant amount of treasure. Until the age of 5, my father had taught me all he could about combat. So he sent me out to Grandmaster Zorbroth to complete my training. He said I had latent potential that he wanted to unlock. So, as the years went on, I trained with the Grandmaster, learning techniques I wouldn't think would be so amazing. I returned home after a few short years with my newfound experience of the world. I then became a member of the army, fighting alongside my father. Whenever we fought, I felt such a rush, almost as much as the rush I got with gold and treasure. Although we had our wealth, I found it to be rather plain. There's only so much Dragonborn treasure you can look at before it gets stale. So, I left home once again on a journey to find other treasures of the world, other than Dragonborn. My mother supportive. My father, on the other hand, while not the happiest, still supported my decision. Now on my own, I crossed the land searching for a good fight, and also the riches and treasures this world has to offer.
The dwarven monk Joseph Leadfist resented his life as a miner in the dwarven mountains of Goldthar, when one day, a group of nomadic halfling monks forced into hiding from a group of dragonborn mercenaries stumbled upon his mountain. They were being chased by the mercenaries so that they couldn't be tortured into revealing the location of their grandmaster, Tiny Nuggins, an expert in the martial art of Lung Fu Pai. He's considered a war criminal to the Dragonborns, but a hero to others. Those halflings took a shining to Joseph, enough to teach him the art of Lung Fu Pai. Joseph was a natural, and soon he set out to find Tiny Nuggins so he could complete his training. Joseph's a scrapper, trained in a martial art designed to punch above the user's own weight. As a dwarf, he is a lover of good food and drink. If a stranger wants to fight, he's more than happy. But if that stranger offered him a drink, he'd be even happier. Joseph has a fear of horses, and unlike dwarves, doesn't like caves or caverns, reminding him of the dismal life he had before the monks arrived.
I was born of a human woman and an orc, an orphan of the battlefield. The mercenaries who found me named me for the only feature they valued: brawn. As a young boy, I looked human enough, but there was something different, something off-putting about me. They took me on as a laborer. I had a secret though. I loved to sing. That was what kept my hope alive during the dark times. One day, in my early teens, a traveling band of bards came and entertained an army the mercenaries were aligned with. Duncan, a singer of great renown, was drawn to the sound of drumming and a melodious voice. He found me, trying to copy their music. I became a bodyguard, and eventually, a member of the band of bards. I no longer needed to be violent or destructive. I had found peace. Peace with Duncan and the band. There, I finally found the acceptance and friendship I had sought. I'd found a family. Sadly, the brightest lights often cast the darkest shadows. Duncan's benevolence hid a darkness. He used the power and resources he gained to find an ancient spell that granted him immense power. He summoned a demon, and in exchange for this immense power, the demon slew the band members, save for me. I barely managed to escape with my life. My escape came at a cost. The demon tore out my throat, permanently ruining my voice. I swore revenge on my former leader, and the demon that destroyed my friends, falling back on the natural instincts and skills of my father's people. My orc heritage and the skills I learned from the mercenaries would now serve my quest for revenge. I've spent the last decade training myself to find the man who betrayed me and my family. I've become a fearsome swordsman, renowned for my rage on the battlefield. Someday, I will find Duncan, and he'll taste the rage of my blade!
There we go. Almost forgot. Yep, that's always something that happens. Shit. Well, that's gonna be edited. So, welcome back everybody to the new episode of D6. So first off, I want to introduce our new player, Hawk. Hawkafu, I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
There we go.
You're a little low. Turn yourself up, my friend.
Yeah.
Turn it up,
I'm usually the one that tends to be the most quietest of the group. Also,
How's that?
Yep, there we go.
Much better.
By the way, what I seem to also notice in previous episodes, somebody keeps hitting their table with their mic on it. Somebody needs to stop that. Because that's the majority of what I've heard all throughout episode 8. I'm all like, who is hitting their table? God damn. So.
My mic's not even near a table, so I'm good.
Yeah, so.
I use my laptop mic for this, so no taste
same
for
here.
me.
Alright.
Usually on my lap.
It's probably Sam.
God damn it, Sam! Stop that.
Oh my gosh. People are loving the fact that you are a former horde now.
How
There needs to
dare
be
you
more
blame
fights.
that on me?
Alright, let's see. What's everyone saying?
So.
Don't throw me under the bus.
I said nothing of the sort. It's them.
I'm trying not to, but but yeah, that's just something to keep in mind, you guys, because I was gonna say it earlier, I totally forgot until I realized that now I'm like, okay, whoever's hitting their table needs to fucking stop. Oh, by the way, so if you guys may have noticed a little bit of change in quality for me, that is because I managed to acquire one of these lovely Logitech C90 cameras, and now everything is smooth and clean and nice. But yeah, I
Happy
can't.
DM is a good DM.
But yeah, I can't stress it enough, you guys. Equipment upgrades, as you guys may have noticed, that took a very long time to do. So equipment upgrades like that can happen faster if you donate and all that fun stuff. So keep that in mind. Also, first announcement, as usual, I'd like to give a special thanks to Soundhammer Incorporated for providing me music, along with Battlebards.com. If you guys go over there, you can go and check out some rather cool stuff if you wish to DM and all that fun stuff. Another thing that I want to talk about, speaking of music, I had just come out with a brand new song over on my SoundCloud, which will be currently provided for my patrons first, in which all my Patreon stuff is still only $1, will always be $1, and you guys can go and check it out. It's kind of an elvish type of church, kind of like, just, it's me singing. That's all it is. It's me doing that shit. I haven't heard any of you guys say anything. It's just like, I was like, oh no, they hate it. I'm being reassured only by the people of fucking on SoundCloud.
We didn't want to interrupt you,
What?
Yeah.
and you're showing off of your musics.
Yes.
We wanted it to speak
Musics.
for itself.
My musics.
Your music,
Merzics.
My
it could speak for itself. There was no need for us.
Hey. Indeed.
Oh. Well then,
I
guess,
didn't mean that.
I guess. So I do want to try and still keep coming out with musical stuff whenever I can, especially for this kind of stuff.
Okay, I gotta say, it hasn't even been 15 minutes. Not even 15 minutes. Hawk, how do you feel being shipped with is Nami already?
Oh god.
Oh my god. It
That
hasn't
was
even
fast.
Yeah.
Far too fast.
Yeah. You guys do keep in mind. The thing about Braun is that he's not multi-classed. He's not a bard, but he is a barbarian. In fact. Wow, that sounded stupider in my head.
Is it a custom class?
No, it's strictly barbarian from the 5e.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all handbook stuff.
Right.
Like for most players, I strictly wanted it to be handbook stuff. I did extend the option to do homebrew, but nobody wanted to do it, so I'm like, oh, okay. I
was interested in that one, but I like the physical focus better for this character.
Yeah. So, let's see. I think there was something else that I did want to talk about. No, I can't think of anything. How about you guys? Any updates for you guys?
Editing and live streaming again.
Miss Cookie says.
Is Miss Cookie here?
Miss Cookie said that she's going to have another fanfic chapter for Scaled Arrow out this week.
Oh,
so
that's
for
good.
people still. So,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
boy. By the way, can somebody tweet her because she missed last week? I know that.
Yeah. She's going to miss today. She said she'll be here later on.
We have to have our official fanfic writer.
Yeah, I know.
She's our official fanfic writer.
Subscribe.
We don't have an
Although
official
if any
artist.
of you want to write your own fanfics, like, feel more than free to.
Yeah.
Just,
I mean, we
If you
will
want to do
make you
fan
part
art,
of.
please
Oh,
do fan
God,
art.
fan art.
Yeah.
Fan art would be so cool.
I am still
Would be
looking for an
lovely.
official artist, but the fact of the matter is, I don't have money. as much as I would love someone to pay somebody to have them consistently draw art as we continue on with our adventure, it's not something
What's
that
this?
happens.
Question: what's this money you speak of?
Right?
All I know is debt.
Right?
that poor college student life.
Oh, God.
Actually, more
Well, that's
law
only if
school
you're in
than
America.
anything else. More
Oh
law
yeah, that's
school.
my update, changing my major for the third fucking time.
Weren't you computer science?
Yeah.
I was computer science, and now I don't like having to take only online classes. It gets tiresome after a while, so I want in-person classes, so I'm changing my major to communications.
Nice.
Like TV and communications, something like that.
More like advertising and networking, stuff like that for like corporations.
Oh, very nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, anybody else? Like
Um,
editing projects.
Hey,
stuff?
Fate, Stay Night Unlimited Ridge Works, like a quarter of the way done. I'm actually editing.
Oh, that's right. Abridging for me. Episode 3 of How to Be an Adventurer is currently being edited, and by the time this comes out,
What?
it should be,
Yeah.
it shouldn't be this week, or it should be the week afterwards. It's currently being edited. I am now waiting for Desiree to get back to me on an art edit, which included like having to remove like a chunk of hair from Hestia's like from like the first scene of episode 5 when she lays on top of that barrel table and like her hair just kind of falls out to the side. I needed that gone, and so it's just like, Desi, I need you to hurry this up. I need to get the first scene out. But I started collecting lines about a week or two ago, and no, about a couple weeks ago, and so now it's just collecting more lines in order to do more scenes. But the first scene, for the most part, is done. I just have to actually.
You had to
collect
hit
more
me up on
lines.
that one.
Yeah, I do.
So,
You're all the way at the end though, so I'm not stressing about you, Yomi.
So you think another couple weeks you'll be able to publish it?
I wouldn't say a couple weeks. I would say about a few weeks to a month.
Okay.
Like it's like I said in the update. It's just that there was just so many things happening. At least for me, it's just like trying to sit down and edit, and so there'll be like strict days where I'll be like, finish this scene. Like I'll probably do 1 or 2 scenes in a single day, or I'll finish like a couple scenes in like 3 or 4 days. I always see what happens.
I actually watched the last update video. You called me out for messaging you while you were recording that.
Yeah, it's like, Tara, dang it. Oh, by the way, in case if you guys have not seen the update video just about yet, I did talk about the giveaway here on Twitch. If we reach up to 1,000 followers, I and many of the other members here on the stream will go and sign this, and we will send it to, or I will send it to you, and you will have a really nice player's handbook because Amazon made a mistake. That's always fun.
I have just one last thing, and I'm happy. Phase 1 of Digimon Abridged is nearly done. I just have to go into Phase 2 and start doing some minor lines, redos. Tara, even though I never got to speak with her, got all the lines perfect, so I don't have to worry about that.
Oh, yay!
There's a pro thing. And, yeah, all I gotta do is redo a couple of Izzy's lines, and I should be good to start Phase 2 and start doing the new art with it, so...
Also,
yeah. Oh. And my promo's out on my YouTube channels, by the way. The promos for Digimon and for Death Parade Abridged, so...
Yeah. Do leave some links down in the chat.
Oh yeah.
Should you need it. You have mod powers, so do the mod thing.
I would just like to celebrate the first can of bourbon being opened for today's game.
Oh boy!
I'll get it. I'll try and get it right on the mic. There we go.
Thank you for the reminder. Time to get my first gin and coke for the night.
Yeah, I'm just gonna drink milk.
I'm only drinking cola.
I've been drinking since like 2 hours ago.
No one likes an alcoholic, Kevin.
Oh, fuck you!
Thank God. Thank God, time zone wise, this is an hour before 12, so it's only a little bad I'm drinking this early.
Oh God.
Hey,
only
I said
a
drink
little
some
bad.
drinks, right? I said drink some drinks. Whatever you guys decide to drink is up to you.
Come on, Ava. You can drink. I know you can drink.
No. No.
Fuck, I was gonna say something and I totally forgot it. Shit. God damn. I'm still thinking about it. I'll probably say it like sometime in like the middle of the game. I'm all like, oh, by the way, it's that kind of bullshit. Like, All right. Oh, that's what I meant to say. For the players, I'm pretty sure you all already remember how I posted the rules. I do want to.
That's too much.
I do want to stress this a little bit. Let's try and keep with the game as much as possible. Because we did a lot of dicking around in the last episode and we ended up losing way too much time. But in this episode, I do want to try and get you guys out of Orario as fast as I can. All right.
At the rate we're going right now, everybody wants us to stay in Orario just for one scene. I'm like, no, no.
Maybe potentially.
Come on,
maybe
let's just
Begamon's
give
dick
him-
is a teleporter.
Oh, geez.
Oh, it's
no
one of
idea
those. It's one of those keystones from Harry Potter. Everybody just has to
Exactly.
grab onto it, and we get teleported somewhere.
Port key, faggot.
There you go. Whatever.
Well, there's 2 of them, so there's enough room.
No, you have to choose. It's like that. The doors from Labyrinth. You have to choose the correct one. The other one takes you to a horrible, horrible, horrible fate.
Well, how do you know which one's the right door?
You don't.
Because one dick will always tell a lie, and the other will always tell the truth.
tell the
You just have
truth.
to question it. So obviously, the dick that says it's telling, that they can only tell the truth, is telling the truth.
So you ask.
You know the
Alright,
easiest way around
Does
that.
that make Alana's?
You
just go to the
always,
dick
you
one.
always do this. You always do this. Okay, which one is the door that leads me to the safest route? And the liar's going to lie, and the person who's telling the truth, you go through that door.
But it's not like you can crack the door open, see the dangers, and then close it and be like, I'm gonna go in this door.
That's true too,
Or
but
even,
Okay,
even
well, we have to
easier
crack
than
your
that.
dick open and then do that.
Even easier than that, you just go, hey, what's 2 plus 2? And the truthful one will say 4, and the other one will say 6. And then you just go through the one that says 4.
Yep.
Are we still talking about dicks here? And does that make Alana's vagina the labyrinth?
Yes. Oh my god, is the first dungeon exploring the labyrinth?
Oh my god. Oh, what have I gotten myself into this week?
That's magic.
who knows? Alright, so, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump in on this adventure. So, the last we left our players, they had returned home to Aurario after facing a white-cladded mage who had attacked them after releasing a white dragon up on White Dragon Summit. Upon returning, they have found out that the king of Alernon had been kidnapped and taken. Redundant. And so, the queen, along with the generals and her advisors, had a meeting with our adventurers, along with the shadow agent, in order to plan a way to get the king back, in which the notebook in which Alana had came in very handy, because the people that had taken the king was none other than the Montenegro family, a band of thieves and horrible, horrible people who have caused nothing but trouble all across Alernon. So after a rather somewhat uneasy leaving of the meeting, our players had returned to get their payment from getting Arya to and from Polderberg safely, for the most part, and returning home, what would be their new home now, to them beginning their plans of how they wish to proceed on after the week of studying the notebook by the two generals, Maven and Obi. So, last we had left off, our players were on their way to a brothel. So, of course you know me. So, how do you guys want to go in through this?
Let's open the door.
I mean,
Is there a bouncer? It's a brothel. There should be a bouncer, right?
as you guys approach this brothel, you notice that there are some well-armored, well-cladded half-orcs standing in front of the door, and they don't seem to be bothering anyone going in, and it doesn't seem like any trouble is going on inside. So they just look like stone-faced, guards.
I'm gonna whisper to my companions. No matter what happens, let's recruit one of those half-orcs to our team.
By the way, none of these half-orcs are brown.
No, I know.
Miserable racist.
Holy shit, did you guys just hear that?
You guys did not hear that. Talk, no metagaming.
Sorry.
Alright, so you all approach the door of the brothel. They just seem to stare you guys down a bit and just return back to staring out to their business.
I need a drink.
You enter within the brothel, and inside you smell this some heavy incense and the slight smell of certain activities.
Well, this smell is nauseating.
No, this smell is the smell of life, and a lot of death. It's mostly death, actually.
As you guys,
A lot of life spewed all over the floor.
as you enter the room, and you pass through several beads and tapestries, you enter and you see this very thin, very tall, and almost oriental in features. In facial features, with very long black hair, fine nails, very fine robes, and just several lit candles before you. And she is sitting there, and she waves to you. Come in. Welcome. And how may I help? And she begins to look down the row of all of you. How may I help all of you?
Well, I don't like the confidence on that lady because we have got some 11-inchers here, so, we're just gonna have a drink for now.
A
Because
drink
that
sounds
confidence
nice.
is not sexy.
Yes, definitely a drink.
Dwarf. Stop. I realize you're close to eye level with myself, but please stop bringing up my genitalia.
No, I was bringing up my genitalia. What, you're an 11-incher as well? Oh,
I've
my
got
god,
two.
such fun. Well, I'm just saying, I think this lady wants to fuck all of us at the same time. And, I've just, I like you guys, but I don't think I'm ready for that yet.
I'm not comfortable with this.
Neither am I. Let's just have a drink.
Arya, would you like a drink?
Yes,
I think you're gonna
please.
need it. Your ear
I'm-
tabs on me.
If you wish for only a drink, we do have a bar. As she,
Please.
as she gracefully points her hand towards what looks to be a separate room, very dimly lit, kind of this purple hue to it, and several other reddish colors in nature, and you just see what looks to be a man with short white hair, these reddish eyes, and in a very nice bartender suit with several different kinds of alcoholic drinks behind him.
Right. I'm gonna pull Arya aside for a little bit because we've got a plan and we need to go over the details of it.
Okay.
In the meantime,
All right.
I'm just gonna take one of the strongest ales that you have.
All right, Arya. Okay, so
Coming around.
here's what we should do. We should both split them up for a while. I'll go with Magamnon. I'm gonna get him really drunk, and then I'm gonna ask him, "Hey, who do you think's the prettiest person in here?" And I'm gonna and you do the exact same thing with Arya, with Alana.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
And then we push him into the same room and lock the door and don't unlock it till we hear fucking.
And I'll find a stage somewhere and bagpipe careless whisper.
What you guys don't seem to notice is that the bartender has his ear directly towards you two, but he just doesn't seem to mind, but he is slightly judging you both.
I'm gonna give the bartender a wink. Do I have to roll a charisma on that?
Nope, you just wink at him. And he just nods, and he begins to walk towards Alana with her fairly strong ale. About 20%.
Okay.
Oh,
So I think we're just gonna we're gonna walk over to our marks, both humming Careless Whisper, I think. I'm never gonna dance again. Guilty feet ain't got no rhythm.
The bartender places the ale in front of Alana, and it's like, there'll be 10 gold.
Thank you. Oh god, placing the money there.
You place the
Make
money,
money.
and he just simply slides the money into his hand.
All right, I'm gonna smell the ale because knowing that this is brothel, they may have the aphrodisiac vein in it. So,
Alright.
I smell.
Make. I think it would be technically a nature check if I'm right.
Alright.
Because I want to double check because these are things that I tend to get wrong a lot.
It would be medicine, wouldn't it, if she's looking for pheromones and date rape stuff?
I think you might be right.
Yeah, let me see.
Intelligence.
This is why having a book is so awesome.
Let's use student Nope, it is not medicine.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Let's see. But spot here or otherwise detect the presence of
Wisdom.
something. It would actually no. It would be perception. Actually, wait.
Perception, yeah.
Yep.
Pull out your books, ladies and gentlemen, and go to 178 if you have them.
Yep. It's always good. And I hope that this song is fairly proper. Actually, no, there's actually a much more proper song.
Yeah, it would be perception.
Alright, go ahead and make a perception check then.
Alright. Let's see, where's my dice? Perception. Roll 17.
You take a sniff, a tiny sip, and as you begin to just take this, take it in, you just know that there's a very strong taste of alcohol, and that is all you can tell. It doesn't seem like there's anything inside other than just alcohol.
Okay. Making sure.
Are there any, like, large vases in the room?
There are several plants in vases within, or several plants within these vases, tall, short, but you also notice that there's these small rocks that are keeping the light in the room. It's relatively dim, but there are several different colors.
I'm gonna walk up to the bartender. I'm gonna slap 20 gold down on the table, and then I'm gonna go empty a vase.
You do it, he kind of looks shifty-eye at you, and as you reach for the vase, you hear a slight crash of glass, him jumping over the bar and grabbing your hand, and he looks at you and says, "No."
Hey, I'm paying for it! I've paid for it!
care.
I want you to fill up this vase with booze!
No.
What's wrong with you?
We have a strict policy.
A vase-related policy! Oh, hang on, no, that makes sense. I think I might have been here before.
I will provide you with a fairly large keg, but I will not allow you to obstruct the view of this bar.
Yeah, alright. But the keg's complimentary.
As he returns back to the bar, walking all the way around, still eyeing you, he pulls out what looks to be a fairly large, in comparison to what would be a dwarf, keg of a cup, if anything, providing you with what would be a ale.
All right. So I'm gonna pick up this ale and I'm gonna turn to Alana and say, "Hey, I'll race you to the bottom," and then I start sculling my drink.
Fine. I need a good challenge anyway. So I start slamming.
You both quickly down your alcoholic drinks. Need you both to make a Constitution check.
Alright.
Ah, natty 20.
Damn it,
First
3.
roll of the day.
3.
I love this new dice.
Probably loaded.
Alana, you begin to notice that there was a little bit of trouble, especially with your drink, as it is the strongest that they have. But for the dwarf, you're a dwarf. You drink all the goddamn time. What
this
is
is like
to you?
mother's milk.
Yeah. Like, what the fuck is this to you, even? You're not... Alana, you're not necessarily drunk, but you are slightly buzzed.
Okay. I'm putting down another 20 gold for 2 more.
Alright.
Alright, while she's doing this, I'm just gonna ask Alana, hey, you know what? I think Pagamon's a little bit of a cutie. What do you think?
Hey, Joseph, if you have a thing for Begon, I am totally for it.
And then I walk over to Begomnin.
He's a great guy, so yeah, go for it.
I don't know, I've heard that Dragonborns have 4 penises.
Or I thought it was 2, but yeah.
One for the women and one for the ladies.
You have fun trying those out.
I buy a drink for myself and another for Begomnin, so I give 20 gold.
It all around, yeah, about 20 gold. And also, the bartender, ends up serving, just got a message from Mike, and he's like, bless the rains down in Africa. I don't know what that means. He ends up, placing...
Song, Africa by Toto.
Yeah. Oh, God.
The most romantic song.
He ends,
I know that song.
He ends up placing a drink down before Alana first, and then he provides the drinks for both Begomnin and Arya, taking the necessary gold to do so.
I go over to Begomnin. So, I noticed lately that you've been eyeing Alana.
That is true. She is a fine woman. Great present to bring bring home to a mother if she was in a relationship.
I think that it's time for you to make your move, especially when we're in a place like this.
There is a type of air around here, isn't there?
There is.
But what
You
if
can
she's...
smell it everywhere. But that's not the point.
The exceptional smell of sex in the air. And this is passive perception, by the way. Very familiar with it.
This is a matter of the heart, not a matter of the loins. I think it's time for you to say something to her.
Here's
Tell
the
her how
thing.
you feel.
Arya, I have died once. I have met literal dragon god. I have fought many battles. But this scares the shit out of me.
Aww.
I fear rejection.
Aww.
What if she doesn't return the same feelings towards me?
Yeah.
Oh, I
What
got
if
such a
could
good
tell
plan.
you that?
What a puss.
What if I could tell you that I've been observing her too, and I think that she does feel the same way, at least a little bit, and it's worth a shot.
Can I make a roll to see if I can overhear what they're saying?
Make a perception.
Perception.
Okay, my perception's only 3, so... I rolled a 16 though. 19.
You can hear the a fair amount of talking. I mean, what everybody can see, though, is that you're kind of sticking your ear and bending like this towards them.
Alright, so I'm gonna walk up to Begaman and shove him as hard as I can.
Okay. And so you do.
Alright, and do I knock him to the ground? I am very strong. I've got a +6.
You are strong. I'm gonna say that you shove him relatively hard, but he's a skilled fighter. He keeps to his feet.
Alright. So I'm just gonna I'm gonna get it all up into his face, like kind of a whispering, so only him and I can hear what we're saying.
Alright.
I say to him, you sleazy dragonborn bastard.
Oh, he's strong.
I wanted Alana's love, but you know what? She doesn't want me. She wants you. I don't fucking know why, you dirtbag.
Dwarf, have you drank?
You're stealing her from me, you piece of shit. Look, I know. You don't want to fight me. I don't want to fight you. This will be settled in a drinking competition.
As you begin to make a ruckus, the bartender bends over. We do have other guests. Keep it down. It's a brothel, not
We're
a
gonna
bar.
settle this on the table.
All right, Dwarf, you're on. Anything for Alana.
Winner gets Alana's love and affection.
And how Alana feels about this?
I overhear, love and affection. Say what now?
Shut up, this isn't about you.
I heard Alana's love and affection. I'm pretty damn sure it involves me.
I turned to her and I said, "This is about Begaman and how he's breaking my heart." Hoping that she thinks I'm talking about the conversation we had before.
Okay. Okay. Do I fall for it? Do I fall for it?
Make a deception check. And
All right.
Sam, make a deception, and Ava, make a insight check.
Oh, my deception's only 1. Oh, man.
Oh my god, I got a 1 too.
I got an 18! I rolled an 18!
Yes! Oh, I got a 1.
A natty?
That one. Just a
You've had enough alcohol where you're kind of just beginning to phase in and out, and where you're kind of just sitting there saying, I'll take his word for it. Somewhere deep inside, you don't want to believe it, but you're just taking his word for it.
I'm drinking at this point. It just... Yeah.
Alright. So, first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try and stealth my way to do this. Do you remember that sleeping potion I've got? I've got 4 uses left.
Yes.
With my eyedropper.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna suck all 4 leftover drops into the eyedropper and have it at the ready.
Okay.
But I'm not gonna use it yet.
Alright.
This plan sounds amazing.
It is prepared.
Okay. So, and then we're just gonna say, I'm gonna go, alright, Begaman, first to 10 drinks or first to 20?
20.
Do you even have the gold for this? As the bartender's looking at both of you.
As I slap down 200 gold. Yup.
I slap down 300, and I dirtball him. I give him the dirty eyes.
You're not impressing me. And he turns around and he goes to the back, and what seems to be a much larger keg begins to roll it out and flip it open, and he just simply punches the top, and it goes, and he just takes it
Right.
off, and this taking about 2 steins, dipping them in, filling them to the top, and just placing it on the bar. Drink up,
All right,
boys.
so I'm gonna go. All right, but first I need to get some music. I'm gonna talk to Arya, and I walk up to Arya and I hand her the eyedropper filled with sleeping potion, and I whisper into her ear, "All right, this is very important. Put this into my drink. If we want to get these lovebirds together, there's no way I can win this. And let's face it, regular alcohol ain't gonna do it."
Make a stealth check.
Oh, okay.
You don't want
Well,
this
we're
to be
walking away
heard.
from the group.
You're sitting right next to Begomnin. If you don't want this to be heard, make a fucking stealth
I-
check.
No, I walked up and I walked over to Arya. I
Still,
walked
make a
over to
stealth
Arya.
check.
All right.
It's a sleight of hand, so if
14 plus 5, 19.
all right, and so you do. Nobody notices.
All right.
Oh, before we
I'm
start
hoping
drinking,
Arya's
I have to
stealth
run to
is
the
high.
bathroom real quick.
Okay.
Taking the piss.
How am I supposed to?
Yeah, he's gonna go to.
Okay, how am I supposed to get them into a room then? I'm not
Okay.
strong enough for both of them.
Look, when I pass out, I can't be left here, all right? So, what you should do is you should get them, like, pretend to sprain your wrist. Like, so you go like, "Oh, ow, my wrist. Ooh, I couldn't possibly drag a dwarf into an empty room." And then you get them to both drag me into an empty room. And then...
They'll have sex in the room that you are in. Perfect.
No. Because I have an antidote. A cure-all. I've been saving it for this very moment. Slip
Oh,
that
really?
cure-all into my mouth.
That's the perfect
I give her the
purpose.
cure-all as well. Slip it into my mouth when they put me in the room. And then we both run out and we both lock the doors. And then we don't leave until we hear fucking...
Or you pretend to pass out.
I'm not that good of an actor. My metagaming, my performance is 1.
It's technically a mix of both performance and deception. So I would have to
Yeah,
do
my
a
deception is 1 as well.
I would have to do a strict charisma roll.
Yeah, which is also 1. My Christmas 12. So I think, all right, I'm a method actor. I don't think I can trick them. Let's just knock me out, slip a cure roll. We both, I hold up the door. We'll be good. And you played Careless Whisper. Well, I'm keeping the door
Yes.
closed.
Yes.
Okay.
Careless whispers on the bagpipes.
These are the things.
Not only that.
I told you I was going to do it.
When they're dragging me into the room, you should get a lot of bottles of wine to bring in with. And say, "Oh, when he wakes up, he's going to want to drink," and then just leave the wine in the room after they've dropped me off. And then they'll be all like, "Oh, I guess we're trapped in here. Might as well have a few glasses of wine." And Begamin will be like, "Oh, yes, oh, yeah, he'll have some wine."
By the way,
and then
as you
God.
as you guys are talking about this, Begomnin has already began to drink.
I'm waiting, Dwarf.
As you just
all right. Okay, all right. Now play something cool. Play something that gets the loins quivering and twitching. All right. So I go back to the table and I sit down and I
don't have any
scull the
bagpipe music,
first.
by the way. That's
I
the
scull the
one thing I don't
first
have.
potionless glass of ale.
All right. Does Arya wish to change the music?
Yes. Okay.
I scull the second glass.
At this point, I slip sleeping potion.
Make a I think it would be stealth check because it's sleight of hand.
Come on, Dwarf. Is that all you've got?
What I've got.
Oh. 16.
Does anyone want to like notice this in general?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and notice like something's
All right,
off about them too.
Make a perception check then.
Uh,
The bartender doesn't notice, by the way.
Yes.
8. I got an 8.
Yeah, you don't notice.
I have to say, that's a terrible bartender because basically we're kind of doing a date rape kind of thing. And this should be the kind of shit he notices.
Okay, I'm just glad someone pointed that out finally.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, his perception,
I'm gonna write
his
a
perception
stern
was
letter.
an 8. Oh no, his perception was a 13. It doesn't beat a 16. He's busy doing shit. He's
All right.
the bartender.
And,
the only bartender, by the way.
Poor bastard.
So, I'm gonna leave. I know what glass she put it in, so I'm gonna leave that glass till the very end, so he doesn't suspect something's up.
Meanwhile, I'm at the edge of the bar.
Okay, here's the
With Shay.
thing. Here's the thing, though, Sam. You are only going by one stein. Every time you put it down, he turns around, grabs it, and refills it. It's already been refilled, and she already dumped it in.
Okay.
Wait,
Three
so does
glasses.
that mean that the date rape, the sleeping potion is in the
It's
stein
the
already,
one-
and when she went and...
It's in the one that that's currently in hand.
Okay.
Okay.
I just didn't know if it was a weird kind of effect where, like, as she dipped it in, kind of like the residue of the potion is inside of the keg, and so it starts mixing into the alcohol.
No, it's only in his stein.
No, it's
Okay.
all right. Okay, I'm gonna drink it. I'm gonna drink the stein.
Okay,
Alright.
well, like I said, meantime, I'm in the edge of the bar with Shay, so I'm just petting Shay and drinking my ale, just trying to, clear my
Relax.
thoughts of
Okay.
everything.
Now,
by
for
the
me,
way,
I've got to
Sam-
fall asleep.
Sam, make a Constitution check.
See, now I need to roll really low, but because I'm a dwarf, I have advantage on poisons and potions and stuff.
You
So I've got to
drank
roll
nearly
low
half,
twice.
half of our Velo's strongest potion.
Okay. I rolled a 20. Fuck my hardy dwarven body.
As the effects begin to creep up your body, you begin to feel very, very heavy, though.
Okay, that's
And
good. I might be able to
you-
knock myself out with more booze.
You haven't fallen asleep, but you are barely keeping your eyes open.
Okay.
How the fuck
Alright.
do you nat? I swear, you need to send me a picture if you're nat 20ing this shit. You've gotten way too many.
I've rolled 2. I might just. You want me to change dice?
No,
I've got-
the
I've
spirit
got
of your
2.
dice is strong. I just don't fucking believe you. We are on the honor system, you guys. That's just something we need to acknowledge.
All right, I'll change my dice. I'll use my old one. Old ready.
The changing of dice tends to make things very complicated. Believe it or not, there is a sense of like my dice have spirit in them, and so this is my current one. This is the one that I use, and she's a fickle bitch. So she only rolls high when she wants to, but for the majority of the part, she only rolls really low. And then I got this guy right here who will just be all like, haha, hi, all the time. Fuck your players. Which is why I don't use him all the time. Because I could TPK the entire fucking cast if I use this gray dice.
I've got old purpley, and I think he hates me. Because he
I've got red
rolled a
eyes.
20 on a check I didn't want. I wanted to roll a 1 on
Fickle
that.
bitch, eh?
And then old Red's new, so I don't know how well he's gonna go. Then there's Bluey, but fuck Bluey.
Someone
Alright.
just made me hate Careless Whispers for the rest of my life.
Okay.
job.
Game worlder.
That was the song I would play when we go down to Marching Man, but that's besides the point. Alright, so... what's going on? Are you guys still drinking it up?
Okay, I'm just gonna look Bagamon in the eyes and say, alright, speed round. And I just start drinking as much as I can, as fast as I can.
Alright. And so you do. Bagamon, you need to make a constitution check.
Alright. Oh, fuck. I got a 4.
Oh, no! No!
You feel slightly sick. You've noticed this feeling before, back in Polderberg.
Oh, God.
But that's all you feel.
Is he about to die again?
No.
Okay,
No.
I see him starting to go and wobble around, and I go like this. "Ooh," and I collapse onto the floor and pretend to be asleep.
Make a deception check.
3. So 4.
Do you choose?
Why doesn't the gods want them to love each other?
I
Damn you,
go
Melora!
over to I go over to Joseph and I kick him in the face. Except I have good deception, so I try and make it look like an accident.
Are you trying to knock me out?
Yes.
I'll take it.
Deception check,
Okay.
man. Make a deception check. Man.
No, I'm just randomly kicking you in the face.
you kick him in the face. Make a deception check if you're gonna try and make sure that just a oops.
20 total.
Okay, you do so. Now make a strength check because you kicked him in the face, and then roll for damage.
Oh my god.
Actually, no, just roll straight up damage. He can't defend himself. He's knocked out.
Which dice would I do for that one again? Would it be D8? 6.
If it's you just kicking somebody, it's a D4.
D4? Oh, okay, 3.
Okay. You kick him in the face. He's knocked out now. By the way, Sam, because of the sleeping potion, you are knocked out, and you're knocked out good.
Yep. Okay. So how much hit points do I lose? 3?
Yep, just 3. Straight up 3.
You know, I come to think of it, I probably could have just started using monk meditation, and that would have been like perfect, like representation of sleep.
Oh God.
You're not meditating.
Oh, well.
You're just pretending to sleep.
I should have pretended.
That's how I
I should have
meditate.
started meditating instead. Oh man. Oh well.
Hindsight is 20/20.
All right.
Hindsight is natural 20. So,
Can I make a wisdom roll because I want to mutter specific things in my sleep?
no, you cannot. You are unconscious.
Dang it.
Oh boy.
I just
Alright.
noticed that there's a passed out dwarf on the floor.
Oh, no! Looks like I accidentally knocked him out. Alana, Buchanan, do you think that you could help me carry him to a room? I don't think that I could carry a dwarf all the way over there by myself.
In that immediate, you guys begin to hear some shuffling coming from the front door. It seems like the bartender has called the orcs from outside to come and take him.
Oh shit!
Oh shit.
Oh!
No, talk him out of it! Talk him out of it!
Shit!
Oh,
Well,
your
that's-
tiefling boobies! Seduce
No,
them!
Oh, no, you don't have to do that. We can take care of our friend.
You can't have people knocked out on the floor.
We will
Take
take
him
care
out.
of him, please.
Take him out. Take him
Yes.
home.
We'll take him.
All right. Alana, I guess we got to get him up.
Yeah.
Phrasing.
Oh,
You son of a bitch.
so, You guys begin to pick up this fairly hefty dwarf. Unfortunately, you guys haven't been able to do anything, and unfortunately, because of their practice and standards, you guys can't stay. So you have to literally leave the brothel.
Okay, I'll try to see about having Joseph ride on Shay, since he's probably going to be strong enough to pick him up, rather than both of us have to.
As you guys go outside, Shay, you have Shay stand by, and you just throw him over onto the back of Shay, and Shay just kind of tries to position himself, and he looks set.
Alright. I guess we can still go. Let's just go to the inn.
They have a bar at the end. We can finish our drinking there.
Yeah, that sounds like fun. Honestly, a couple minutes of him just not talking would make me very, very happy.
Well, he's unconscious now.
You guys
Just
are
a couple
outside. You are kind of just walking back home for the most part.
Love is in the air, on the ground and on that chair.
Alright, so how drunk am I? Like, I've had pretty much 3 steins at this point.
Make a Constitution check just in case.
Alright. Is that 6 or 9? Either way, it's it's a low one.
It's
9.
You're kind of like your vision has doubled, but you are still conscious.
Okay.
And so you're kind of just going ha ha ha, and you're holding on to Shay, and Shay, as Shay would with a drunken Alana, making sure that she's taken care of.
Yeah.
We have a designated driver. I love it.
Yeah.
Right?
You have a designated dog. Doggy driver. That's why everybody loves Shay.
Right? As you guys begin to drunkenly walk through this town, you return back to SA Talents, which is the Shadow Agents building, and you enter through the front door. Of course, just lights are low, and it doesn't seem like there's sound. It does sound like there is like a bit of shuffling within his office, some very low talking, a bit of a gravelly voice going on, but you guys begin to just walk past as he's probably dealing with business. You guys don't know where your rooms are because you haven't been given your numbers. Arya?
You have my
I
key,
hand
Arya.
I hand everyone their keys. Yes.
As you take your keys, you notice that along a little string there is a tag with a number and a letter at the end. All what seems to be, as you continue down this hall, you enter what looks to be a fairly nice courtyard. You go through a couple of double doors to your right, and you notice that as soon as you enter, there are the numbers and letters for your guys' room, each one being for separate of you. So what do you want to do from there?
Alright, I'm just gonna drop off my bags in my room, make sure that Shay, well, I'll hold on to Joseph's key, because I have to let Shay in. So that way.
You enter your room and you notice that there seems to be a bed and also a dog bed, a relatively large dog bed, in fact, just for Shay.
Oh, that's so sweet of them.
Yeah, the building does seem to accommodate for each individual and whatever is along with them.
Okay. Yeah. Alright, so I'm dropping off my bag in my room, and then we'll get the key to Joseph, so that way I can let Shay in, and then Shay can just toss Joseph onto the floor, or wherever he wants. Because he can't exactly put him up on the bed. So...
You go ahead and do so. Shay just kind of bends to the side, and Joseph just kind of foot first, and then falls back onto the bed, just spread out like this. And
Alright.
then he exits out.
Dang it, Arya, get me off the bed. They need to use that.
You're unconscious.
You're unconscious.
Is Lana still in Joseph's room?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I go into Joseph's room. Hey, Alana, can I talk to you about something for a second?
Of course. All right, Shay, go back to the bedroom. Go back to the room.
Wait, I think that I might need Begomnen's help for this too. Do you think that you could call for him for me?
Sure. Begomnen.
Yes.
As he pokes out through his room, which for you, Begomnen, you notice that it is a nice bed. What looks to be a weapons rack, as it does seem like since you are a fighter, you need a place to put these things, and as such, you do, and several other usual accommodations for a Dragonborn. The room seems slightly warmer than all the others. As you
Flashback to when Joseph ordered the hotel rooms. Yes, in Begamen's room, put a bed of roses everywhere, and flowers leading from the door, and dark red lighting. Flashback to present.
That would be a metagame, and I will kill you. I will kill you in game.
Oh no!
Yaro will come down from the fucking from the Pantheon himself and say no.
Okay, yeah.
Begomnen, can you come in here for a moment?
Right.
Yes,
Well,
of course.
I told Shay to go to the bedroom, so he's in my bedroom now. So.
Begomnen, do you leave your door open?
Shut it.
Okay.
It's habit.
And you guys are led to Arya's room.
What's wrong, Arya?
I thought that we were in Joseph's room.
You have left Joseph's room. As
You called for us, so we went to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Now,
You need something, Arya?
Now, I know that we're all such good friends, which is why I thought that I would take this opportunity, and I run out of the room. And I shut the door. And I physically block it.
You lock?
The door.
Wait, does it lock only from the outside?
Does it lock? Yeah, does it lock from the outside? Because I have
there is an inside lock. It's a two-part lock. It is a door handle, and then there is a physical lock and key that you have to in order to open the door. It's like what most doors are accustomed to. As far as you know, the door opens outward, and it does not go in, for the sake of more space.
So in short, she can hold the door closed.
No, she could push the door closed.
No, what I'm saying is, like, as she shuts the door, she, like, presses her body up against it and holds it.
Yeah, she can.
Okay.
Damn.
And now there is a Alana and Begomnen in the same room, in what looks to be several instruments and racked instruments as well, along with a closet for what would be clothing and outfits.
Arya, let us out.
No way. You guys have been acting like idiots. Just talk to each other about how you feel already. And at that point, I pull out my bagpipes.
Oh god.
And I begin to play Careless Whisper.
Arya, this isn't funny.
Here's the thing. Since Careless Whisper is a copyrighted song, I can't play it here. what I can do. And also on top of that, how do you guys know it's fucking Careless Whisper? That's a very good question. Have you heard, is Careless Whisper a song written by a bard from many of your travels? Maybe?
It's Aria wrote the song.
I knew it before I
Song.
lost my voice.
Oh god.
Okay. As such, you pull out your bagpipes and you begin playing a song as you are leaned up fairly well against this door, playing what seems to be a Careless Whisper-ish kind of song.
Begonnen, aren't you gonna do anything? She's got us locked in here.
Well, maybe she's right. I mean, maybe you and I should have that heart-to-heart that we've put off for a while.
Are you serious? You're going to agree with her? We're locked in someone else's room. This is an invasion of privacy, not only to her, but to us.
Well, to be fair, that we are in her room, so it's invading her privacy.
In which Arya is like, it's fine!
It's fine! It's all good! Take whatever time you need! All yours!
I
Make
would
yourself
like to remind
comfortable.
Begamen that because of the fight that we had, he thinks that Alana has feelings for him. That's canon.
It's true. You fell for that deception.
Yeah.
No, Ava fell for the deception into thinking that Joseph liked Begamen.
Joseph liked Begamen, yeah. I can't do this. I don't want to hurt Joseph's feelings.
Joseph doesn't have feelings for you. Or me, for that matter.
No, he has feelings for you.
Alana. He was talking about you and me.
And as this conversation is going on, Arya, as you're still playing your bagpipes, which are still relatively loud within this, what would be considered a dormitory for the employment of the Shadow Agent's talent, Shadow Agent himself start walking down the hallway.
Oh no!
Kind of not uneased, but in curiosity. And as he walks up, as you're still just kind of playing now, slightly frightened. and as you're still playing, he then, Arya, if I may inquire, why are you doing this?
It's, I'm helping my friends deal with a matter of the heart, and I thought some music for the mood might help.
From what you can tell, a bit of a cock to his head. Well, don't you think a harp would be more suiting then? He's not disapproving, but he's not really like. Don't you think there was a better way to do this? You know.
And you remember, I told you this, that I had a flute in my bag, so you could have gotten it too.
But these are my lucky bagpipes.
Aww.
Lucky bagpipes gonna wake up all the other talents in the building.
It won't be much longer. I'm so sorry.
Well, do try and keep it down. And
yes.
he nods at you. Well, good night.
Good night.
As he walks away. This rather elegant old man.
Shake my fucking head.
Alright.
Alana Bagamden?
I'm just pacing around the room right now.
Alana, please. I think we finally need to do this.
Do what? What are you talking about? You have not made sense since the moment I've met you. Calling me all these names, calling me your bae. What is with that?
I did not call you my... What did you say, bae?
You called me that, right? Yes, you did call me that.
Was I drunk?
No, you told that in front of Arvello. What was that supposed to mean?
Alright, was this the first time or the second time? No, the third time. No, the third time, because I had just,
Yeah.
come back from the dead.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. When I died, I felt something. It's a sense of longing that I haven't been able to get past for a while. And the thing is, it all stems from you.
Me? Why me? What is so important about me that you have to, mess up your feelings for? You either like someone or you don't.
Yomi, make a deception check, because the thing that you're saying is technically a lie.
Huh?
The thing that you said after, when you died, make a deception check, because what I told you and what is technically a lie.
Oh. Okay. Hold on, let me check my deception.
This is not going how I planned it.
Nothing ever does.
You don't say, Dwarf.
Yeah, that
for the
man kind of
metagaming
went around.
thing. Damn it.
Let's see,
Can't
you
fight me
said
enough.
deception? Okay. Da-da-da-da. Alright, 15.
Okay. Alana, do you wish to insight this, if necessary?
I will. You know what? Right now, my emotions are so riled up. I don't really care, so I'm just gonna go along with it.
All right then.
Excuse me. And the thing is, Alana, I've had feelings for you since the Platinum Festival. That time we danced. I think that's when I fell in love with you.
You fell in love because of a dance.
You'd be surprised. That's kind of how things just happen for Dragonborns.
I was trying to win, and I still lost. I tried so hard, and it didn't even matter. Not trying to
make your references
No, I was
now.
not trying to do that on purpose.
Make your references now.
No, I'm not trying to make a reference at all, actually.
I don't think he was actually
Make your
meant to.
references before one kid's come over here and tries to kill me.
Anyone can see. Nothing really matters to me.
It doesn't even matter.
Alright.
Can we get them to do a lust check already?
And the thing,
I'm just... Yeah.
after I died, I realized that I didn't exactly have someone in my life that I could care for. And then I realized how much you mean to me.
Why me? Why not Arya? Arya's a better person than I could ever be.
Because you're you.
Don't weasel your way out of this, Alana!
And you scream from the other side of the door.
And the fact that they're listening to us, or that Arya's listening to us is just makes it so much better.
Arya, can you not listen for like 5 minutes?
Are you
Give him
going
20.
to run?
I promise not to run.
Okay.
Don't trust him.
Wait. Should I do a perception check? I want to see if I can trust them.
That would be an insight.
Insight? Okay. 15.
What is your guys' intention? Do you wish to stay and fucking talk it out, or do you want to run?
I will stay and talk it out.
They will stay and talk it out.
I will stay and talk it out.
Okay. I will let you guys talk privately for a few moments if you won't run. And I'll be a couple yards away.
Get slap and jerk.
I'll catch you if you try and run.
This small tiefling woman.
Don't hate me.
Tiefling.
I'm amazed you guys haven't even tried to kick out the door, which is like, she doesn't have the strength to do it.
Yeah, I know.
We both also have been drinking as well, so.
And,
that don't matter.
And I was slamming on the door trying to get her to open it for me.
Oh,
and
were you?
I wanted. Yeah, I was slamming on the door. I was like, get us out. Trying to get her to open the door for us, but Bagomnin didn't want to help me, so.
All right.
He wanted to talk it out.
All right, then I guess you guys have been talking it out. You try to slam on the door, but it's just like, really, girlfriend? Jeez.
Really? Yeah. Of all things for Arya to pull on me.
And then another thing too is that night we all went drinking, and I carried you back to the inn.
What about that night?
You showed interest in me. Not just because you were drunk. You showed genuine interest in me.
Of course, I show genuine interest in all my comrades.
Feelings of love.
I mean, I care for you all, and I'd definitely die for you guys.
Alana, quit holding back. Say what you mean,
No.
please.
No. I can't say what I mean. You already know my story. You know why I can't do anything.
Then let me be there to help you.
I swore to myself after I lost my husband that I would not fall into that again.
Well, it's a little late for that now. I mean, we've already shown interest in each other. And at this point, I've already died once. I'm willing to do that again if it means being with you.
Damn it!
This is turned into a fucking
Soap opera?
Soap opera.
Yeah, more or less.
The Young and the Dragons.
It's not even Dungeons and Dragons, just a soap opera.
It's just a soap opera.
Goddamn, Cinderelf!
Joseph walks in. I'm Joseph's twin brother. Blosif.
With the drawn-on mustache.
Yeah. It's like a goatee, an evil goatee.
Oh.
My character will actually be Arya's half-brother. Was lost at sea as a child.
Oh wait, I'm
Alright,
secretly Alana's husband.
Okay. Oh god, no. No, my husband died in front of my eyes.
You guys,
That's what you thought.
Okay.
pick it up, pick it up, pick it
Alright. Alright.
I'm trying to get back on track.
Are you absolutely serious about this?
I am.
I can't deny that there's something between us. But
As I
can't
walk over to her and just kind of wrap my arms around her.
I just can't get my hopes up if it's only going to create another broken heart.
Well, then I'll just have to mend that heart as well.
Kiss her!
And I'll go up for the kiss.
Hold on. On the cheek or on the lips, because keep in mind, it is still a dragonborn.
On the lips.
There is. You have to realize, this is a lip, not this. This is a lip.
Okay, on the edge of his mouth, where you can see lips forming. Oh, God.
As you give him a nice confirmed kiss on the lips, you guys just do that.
Yeah, do that.
I hold her close as I begin kissing her more, as we move slowly towards the bed.
And then fade to black right there. No graphic needed for that one.
Wait, you guys are fading to black on this? I'll fucking fade to black if I need to.
It's been 5 minutes. Arya, cue the music.
Never gonna dance again. Guilty feet ain't got no rhythm. If you want a bone, a half and a dragonborn, that's the thing to do. Oh.
Alright, remember you guys, copyrighted shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
So, epic sax got in.
So it's a fade to black moment, right?
Yeah.
Alright.
Fade to black.
It's a fade to black, and I'll leave it up to
and
whatever imagination we have here, okay?
I
won't go into fucking
Arya,
detail. I know this is an 18 plus, but I'm not going into detail.
Did she take both of them, or does she have a favorite?
Oh my god.
You can ask that in the morning.
If
right
you guys
now,
remember the thing last week where I was like, can you please send a hashtag tweet Yaro is done? Do that again?
Yaro is definitely done.
Why don't you attack each and every one of these players here?
Arya is kind of happy for her friends, but also a little off-put by the fact that it happened in her bed.
Slightly proud.
Hey, at least you get to sleep in my bed with the dog.
Yes.
Alright,
all you know is that Alana is like under the covers, right on top of him. That's it. That's all the graphic you're gonna get.
Alright. Sam, I know what you're probably fucking thinking. I know what everybody's probably thinking. We're not going there.
You're not.
We're not gonna go there.
Nope.
Yaro Shien says no.
I'm thinking we need to get face cam just to see how broadly I'm smiling right now.
Tweet it.
It's
put
ear
it
to
on
fucking
Twitter.
ear.
Put it on Twitter. You have a Twitter. There's a Twitter. So as the night continues on, this now begins the week of doing what you would like to do. There are several shops. There are things. If there are spells that you wish to learn that you want to know from your class, or if there's something that you want to go buy, or is there something that you want to go and venture out into, accept a job, something like that. This is the week, and you only have that thing to do.
Well, I need more sleeping potions, so I probably should, get on that.
Probably.
All right, I go to Arvelos.
Make an investigation check because you don't know where Arvelo's shop is here specifically.
Righto. 7. Good. Done better on that.
Well, my music is acting up.
Oh,
what was it?
His cookie is on.
Liz, you missed everything.
She just got on.
Oh,
Oh.
what the? What is
You missed quite a lot, Ms. Cookie.
Alright, so while this thing fucking restarts, what was the investigation check?
7.
Alright, you're lost.
Oh, okay. What are the buildings around me? What do they look like?
You know he is somewhere in Luxla, so most of the buildings and most of the town is made of this very nice white stone.
Okay, I'm gonna go to the door and knock on it.
Up to a door?
Yep, the first door I see, I'm gonna knock on it.
Alright, you knock on it, and you kind of hear a little bit of scrambling going on in the background. Hold on! As there's a slight bit of crashing, is like, ah! And as more things go on, and it's like, you see what looks to be this small dwarven man, slightly like almost afro-like hair, his beard kind of frayed out like this, and he's just, he looks a little googly-eyed. He's like, "Yes, what do you want?"
Wolves. Don't
Yes,
like
I'm a
dwarves.
dwarf. What do you want?
My name's Joseph Leadfist. I'm the new senior detective on the force here in town. We've had some reports about you.
You're part of the guard?
I'm part of the guard. Would you care to explain to me your behavior as of late?
Make a deception check.
All right.
You're not wearing any of the
17.
guards. You're not part of the guard. You're not even an outfit. Who are you? Why are you lying to me? Go away.
Can I try and lie to him again? I'm gonna tell him
No.
I'm a plainclothes detective.
Make a deception check, then.
18 this time. Yeah.
No, you're lying. Go away. And as he begins to grab for the door and shut it quickly,
I'm gonna slam my foot in the door so he can't escape.
all right, and so you do. What are you doing? Leave my shop now.
Oh, this is a shop, is it?
Yes.
What are you selling then? Drugs?
No. I smell black powder.
Well, do you know where I could get some drugs?
What?
You've already lied to this man twice, and he knows it. In some immediates, you hear some slight pitter pattering. Brother, who's out there? Some liar of some sort. I don't know who he is. I want him to go away. He's possibly a customer. Open up the door.
You already know I'm not a cop. You might as well sell me some drugs.
We don't sell drugs. We sell black powder. Did you like gasp inward?
Okay, I just need a few seconds.
Sam, you're robotic right now.
A few seconds.
Give him a sec. And as such, what looks to be a female.
That wasn't actually my internet connection. That was me physically.
Okay.
I want to buy me some black powder.
You begin to notice also another a dwarven woman, eyes just like her brother, what looks to be his brother, hair equally as poofy. You notice that since she's a female dwarf, you notice that she does seem to have a few hairs going down her side, just still as poofy as her brother. Well, what do you want?
I want some black powder. and I'll pay top price for it.
All right, well then, go ahead and enter. And as you do, the brother is looking at you really cockeyed, like he's just like, none of that's lying anymore. I don't want to deal with any of that. You hooligan.
Well, then don't ask me questions about what I'm going to do with it.
And as such, he begins to run towards the back of the shop, and the female dwarf takes a nice confirmed seat. Jesus, this fucking thing. Still not working?
Okay. I'm going to, while they're sitting down, I'm going to light up a cigarette just so they know I'm insane.
As you do,
I think they already do.
As you do, she immediately snaps her hand and grasps it, and you could kind of hear a little bit of the searing. None of that in here, will you? Or next time, and as she begins to ball up her fist, you can see the veins start pulsating. This will be in your mouth.
Okay, Joseph gets a semi.
I thought that was going to happen.
Of course.
She rolls for intimidation, by the way. It was a natural 20.
Okay, so it's a full-blown erection, and I'm not going to fuck with her. Alright. So, look, I don't want to offend you. I'm not going to smoke in here. What's your prices?
Well, for about, I would say, 20 grams, for 120 gold. The process
I'll
of
take
having...
40 grams.
All right, very well. And as such, she turns around. She takes what looks to be these 2 mason jars, very well sealed, and the black powder just seems to not even attach itself to the glass. It's very, very fine, and it does seem to be made very well by these 2. And she places that on the counter. 240 gold.
I give her the money.
And as such you do, and now you have acquired about 40 grams of black powder.
Nice. So I have a 1,040 gold. I'm gonna try and spend all of it. Look, can you tell me where I can find our fellows?
Oh, the mage. He's not too far from here, and as such, she begins to pull out a piece of paper. She draws out some directions, very nice directions, by the way, almost as if it was a map of this town, and provides it to you. Is that all?
Also, where's the? You know, I'm gonna sound like an awful person here, but where's the low-class part of town? I'm looking for a ghetto.
I wouldn't say that there's a ghetto here. I mean, there is just a residential area, there's a blacksmithing area, there's the fishing, and then there's the...
Yeah, but where do all the shitheads live?
If I were to guess, it would probably be the slums of Noxla.
I like the sound of slums.
And as such, she kind of just bends her head a bit and just shrugs her shoulder. Well, if that's all and our business is concluded, please make way. We have a few other customers. And you turn around and you just notice that it's probably just a few other guards hoping to refill their black powder for their firearms.
Alright, so I'm gonna make my way over to the slums first.
Do keep in mind that you only have you have a set plan, considering that this is a week to do things. I do want to be able to get you guys out of Aurario today, so you can only do one of two. You can only do these 2 things. I'm only allowing that. Then I had to move on to everybody else because I'm pretty sure everybody has something to do.
Okay. I actually need to pee a lot, so I'm just gonna tell you what I want to do, and then that'll happen, and then we can go into other people.
All right.
So I wanna. Can you hear me? I've
Yeah.
gone robot, haven't I?
Yeah.
I think I'm
No,
fine.
we can hear you.
Okay. I want to refill my sleeping potion, and I want to find the most popular drug in the slums.
All right, then you go ahead and make your way to Arvello's. You begin to notice that it was kind of like what it was for you for the first time going to Arvello's. As you go through all this bluish kind of tapestry, it's more bigger on the inside as it is smaller on the outside. And you enter and you see what looks to be Arvello just seems to be playing a game with himself, a way to keep himself busy. You know, like the paddle ball, as he's kind of doing that, is all like, "Oh, hello. Oh, I know who you are. You're that dwarf from several months ago, if I remember. I sold you a sleeping potion, if I'm correct. Welcome.
Exactly.
Welcome. Here, come. So, what can I, Arvello, do for you?"
Well, I need the refill. That was some pretty good shit.
Oh, refill now. I haven't made any since I last saw you, so I'm not too sure if I have any left. As he then pulls out a book with several papers kind of dumping out, and he places it on the top and he flips it over and he kind of begins to go through what it was his potion inventory. The book itself seems fairly arcane in its properties, and it doesn't seem like that potion as you saw before based off of what you've seen it as. It doesn't look like he has any. Well, it saddens me to say, but I do not have any sleeping potions today. You could commission if you wish to like, and it's only 50 gold down, and then pay the rest when you return. Of course.
All right.
Of course, this will take about a month to do. Potions are not very easy to make, especially sleeping ones, as I need to acquire the proper ingredients to make it. And if you don't return within the month, well, then I'm going to just have to put it up for sale.
No, that's all right. That's all right. I'll commission that now. Could I also commission something a little bit different?
Sure, fine.
Right, so I'm thinking, I want to spend the weekend just lying on the grass, looking up in the sky, eating a block of cheese. And I want the clouds to look as best as they possibly can. I need some kind of raging psychotic potion mixed in with a paralysis potion, so that I'm going to get just an amazingly fucking whacked out trip.
Well, I don't have anything to cause psychosis. I do have a paralysis potion, though. Not too strong, but well enough to maybe put you on your ass for several days, should you choose to.
No, I need... Have you heard of the great potion brewer, Walterus Whiteman?
The name has come across a couple of times, although my business is strictly in magical items. I only sell potions that I simply wish to make out of my spare time.
Okay, look, I'm gonna level with you. Do you have drugs?
I will call the guards, and we will never do business again.
Is that because the... No, that's a good idea. Call the guards. They're always taking drugs from people. They'll definitely have some.
Oh my god.
Please leave my shop. And do not.
Okay, we still on for that sleeping potion thing, right?
Make a persuasion check.
I rolled a 3.
No, no business.
Okay.
Please leave.
All right. Well, goodbye.
Poor Yaro.
Get on
He-
him.
He just looks so done.
I am. I
could've-
slightly am. He
I
rolled.
like to point out,
Okay.
he's
rolled
only
a
done with one
25.
person. He's already done.
The one thing that I know about Arvello is that he has a +5 for charisma, and he rolled an 18. So he had
Yeah.
a 23.
I was never gonna beat that.
Yeah. There's nothing you can really do.
Okay. So I guess it's someone else's turn to do
Yeah.
their morning activities.
Well, this is what you can do for the week, unfortunately.
All right.
You can spend your entire week looking for drugs, but that's it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, didn't Shadow Agent said to meet with him within the week for anything?
Oh, yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go see him.
I'm gonna go see the Shadow Agent too.
Guess
Alright.
I'll go with them and
See,
my
wanted to see if
newfound
there was
love.
As you walk through the agency's dormitories and you come to his main office and you knock on the door, you could kind of hear some talking, a little bit of back and forth, and as such, it's sort of like, one moment, and you begin to hear him kind of get up and shovel his way through. He unlocks the door and opens it. Oh. A lot of you. Please, come in. And he turns around, leading you guys into his office as you all begin to take a seat with what would be a multitude of couches and chairs. You begin to notice that there is another individual within the room. A rather tall, very large-looking man, brownish gray skin, short brown hair. He seems to have a sword next to him as he's sitting on this couch, having a drink along with the Shadow Agent. Enter Hawk. Excuse me, I was in the middle or finishing up a business meeting along with this very fine gentleman. And he sits down into his chair. So I'm sure that Obi and Maven will be coming by at the end of this week. I decided to put out a listing looking for more hired muscle in ever the event that something is necessary of his abilities. As you guys look to him, he's a very stern looking individual.
Good afternoon.
All right, I'm gonna take a step back and lean into the goblin. He is scaring the fuck out of me right now.
I'm going to light up another cigarette, and hopefully this time I can actually smoke it.
You are not here.
Yeah,
You're in town. You are in town making your way back and looking for
okay.
drugs.
Yeah. So
Drugs!
yeah.
Drugs,
Which of you plays the
everybody!
bagpipes?
Go get some drugs!
Well, that's happening. This business is happening.
Which of you plays the bagpipes?
I do.
I heard you last night.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You sounded lovely.
Oh, well, thank you. I've been playing for quite a long time, some years now. I am a client of the Shadow Agent.
Ah, I was not informed.
Yes, I have many clients. Some more interesting individuals than others. Besides, should you need any more information, Braun, I'd be more than happy to provide it to you.
Much appreciated, sir.
And considering that I'm sure that the lot of you are here to talk about the current issue at hand, I'm pretty sure I need to inform you as well. So, please take a seat. As all of you actually begin to take a seat on the chairs and the couches well around. This is still a dimly lit room. You notice that the windows are closed by the drapes, as there's very little light allowed into this room.
Has there been any word other than what the guards have on the raids? As far as you know of.
Rumors have passed. It seems like their attacks are more precise, more vicious than originally intended. Whether guards have yet to return is still unknown to me, but this is information that has been talked about by traveler and more travelers as they pass.
I was hoping maybe you can get something that we could put into the book. Or something.
I wish to. Anyways, I would wait until Maven and Obi have returned here, and hopefully be able to provide you the extreme amount of details. Braun, as I've already talked to you about the mission to return the king back here to Aurora, and that the discussion is to remain as silent as possible, only within this group, and a handful of the guards know this, but that is it.
You are my employer, therefore you have my discretion.
Very well. Well, as far as other discussions go, is there anything else that I can help any of you with?
I was wondering if there were any jobs in town before the week ends.
I have a few. As he begins to go into his desk and he pulls out what seems to be quite a few papers. Seems like some are letters, some seem to have a seal on them, and he places down at least 3 of them. All of them are pretty okay taverns, probably well known, looking for a bard for a set for the night. Well, all of them are looking to pay quite well, so should you choose one, you'll be able to perform one later in the midweek.
Okay, then I will.
Very well. And as you begin to try and pick one of them, do you wish to just pick whichever one? Just at random?
Yeah.
You take up the one in the middle, which seems to have a little bit more of an interest, a little bit more of a price to it as well, and you just fold it up and you place it within your bag for further information for you to search upon. Anybody else?
I too seek employment.
Well, currently at the moment, there are no bodyguard positions, but for the end of this week, we will need you the absolute most. But if you wish to go around the town and probably acquire equipment, that would be well allowed.
Can I ask a out of character question?
Yes.
Aren't I broke?
In your travel, you've picked up quite a bit of coin, so
okay.
I would say that at this point you would have about, I would say, 500, 600 gold at most.
Okay. All right, cool. That's one thing I was unsure about when we were building the character.
Yeah, the starting was just like what you can buy in the book, like at the moment.
Ah,
but
gotcha.
through many of your travels, you've saved up quite a bit of gold.
So how much did you say?
About 600 gold.
Very well, thank you.
Anybody else? Want to turn to Arvello or?
I guess I have the new quiver, so I might want to get some more arrows.
All right.
I will probably head back to the inn to read the letters from my mother.
All right. I will write those out for you this week. But as far as you know, they all seem like loving letters at the very most.
Okay.
And I'm guessing wherever I go, Begonnen goes, right?
Yes.
Mm.
That tone.
Alright.
Dude, it's only been one night. I don't have you hooked on a leash.
No, but since I don't really have much to do in town, I'm just gonna return to my room and sleep off the night.
Okay.
I mean, if, like I said, this is a you pick like one or two things that you want to be able to do throughout the week. So much like how Arya has picked to take a job, you guys can pick to learn, like improve upon yourself. Choose something that your character will be doing all week. You know, should you want to go out and shop? Should you want to train? Should you want to learn a spell or something? That's
I'm just
at your discretion.
I'm buying the new. I'm gonna buy training arrows just so I can go out into the woods with Shay and just do a little bit of target practice.
All right.
I guess I can gather some intel on any treasure that's out there. Nearest treasure.
Then let's do it like this. Arya, for your job, go ahead and make a performance check. For you, Begonnen, make an investigation check, and Alana, make a dexterity check for training.
Alright.
My performance is 23 total.
The job went really fucking well. It went better than you expected. You were cheered on. Your name was called out a couple of times. Hell, you even did an encore.
I'm awesome.
My training dexterity 17.
All right. You trained relatively hard. Through the mysticism of this quiver, you begin to feel a certain call from it. Not like as in like a magical item, but as in like learning, like a feeling of magic yourself. So go ahead and pick a spell from your character class. I would say a level 1 for right now.
Alright, character class, level 1 spells.
Can I do some training as well?
Yes, you may.
For one of my actions, I guess, for the week.
As far as you know, whatever skills you know is just something that you know. The only reason why you would train is, what would you be doing throughout the time? I mean, you could go shopping, you could do several other things as well.
Trying to decide. I guess I'll probably just try and go in the city and look for stuff.
Alright, is there any place in particular that you wish to look for?
Is there any sort of place apart from the Shadow Agent that would have job postings?
As far as you know, no. Most jobs seem to not need heavy lifting, as there are agencies and guilds in Noxla, but as far as you know, that there's nobody looking for heavy muscle to be lifting or to be searching for anything currently.
Alright, sorry, I'm trying to think of something else I could do. About a, maybe like a weapon or supply store?
Make an investigation check.
Alright, how do I do that?
Roll a d20, and investigation is intelligence.
Alright, my d20 out. Hey, it's my first time using my die.
Hey.
16 on the die.
You've heard of Arvellos. You've heard of a blacksmith somewhere in Ignacor, and you've heard of the Noxla General, but that's as far as you know.
What's a Maxwell General? Like general store?
Yeah, the general store is basically like where you can just buy all the basic equipment within the player's handbook.
Okay.
That is aside from weapons. Weapons are sold specifically by blacksmiths.
Yeah. I choose to go to blacksmith.
All right. So to go to Ignacor, which is a bit of a travel for you. As you kind of look around, you've heard whispers of a very specific shop, and as you begin to look in, you see a shop with what looks to be this a very well designed sign with what looks to be a heart shape with what seems to be fires bursting out through the sides and a little bit from under, and this and what looks to be a clear, well bolded letters, Fireheart Blacksmith. As you enter, you enter into the shop, and you can smell like the burning of the air and the several sounds of hammers banging on anvils and whatnot. And as you begin to look over, you see what looks to be this female individual with short black hair, with some blonde streak going down the right side, wearing this blacksmith's apron and the design on the center of it. As she begins to look over, she's like, "1 second," and she almost finishes up her project and then puts it into what would be a quenching tank, and she begins to walk to the front. "All right, so how can I help you?"
I wish to peruse your wares.
Well, I have several different well-fined and made weapons, so what is it that you're specifically looking for?
I am in the market for a sword.
Ah, swords. Well, I can definitely tell that. So what are we looking at? Short swords, long swords, bastard swords, something in very particular?
Do you have any swords that you would consider unique?
Unique in design, I would go to Arvellos. He purchases a lot from me. Whenever I finish up swords or certain weapons, a very intricate design, he'll commission me, and then he'll buy the sword, and then he'll apply certain effects to it, and then so on and so forth. But usually people just come to me to buy weapons whenever something breaks, or if they just need something replaced. I also sell several different armor sets, should you be interested in that. But I don't do anything unique and magical to these weapons. They're just, weapons of my design, but not magical design. If that makes sense.
Right. Do I have enough time to go to look at her shop and go to Arvella's?
Ignacor is slightly west to Luxla, so you know that it wouldn't be too far of a walk to make it to Arvellos. She provides you with what looks to be a city map, and what you can definitely see is very circular in its nature. And she points to where he would be specifically at on the map.
Alright. Would I have enough time to look at her wares, his shop, and then come back if I saw something here that I would prefer to have had?
I would have to say no. You
Alright.
only have time to go through this shop and Arvello's before you
Alright.
have to set for the week.
Very well. What type of armor do you have?
Well, I have scale mail, leather armor, studded leather armor, plate armor, if that suits your needs.
What type of long swords do you carry?
Well, I just carry regular long swords for the most part.
Alright.
Do you have any throwing axes or throwing daggers in stock?
Oh. And as she looks towards what looks to be a rack of several things that people can pick up and bring to purchase right away.
Alright, I walk over and inspect the rack of weapons.
Make a perception check for quality sake.
Perception is that the passive wisdom?
Nope. It's just a straight perception. It will be in your
Wisdom?
It would be in wisdom.
Okay.
It's right above performance.
Yeah. Do I do a d20?
Yep.
Alright.
D20 is your king of dice. Always remember that.
Alright. I got a 14 and I have a +2 modifier.
Alright. You notice that
16.
they're just all regular throwing daggers and hand axes. You know, stuff that I think you already have, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. You had 2 throwing axes.
Alright.
Are the prices listed on the items?
Yep. They are set at normal price, as it would be in the player's handbook. It's chapter 4, if I remember correctly. Could be wrong. Nope,
Sorry, I'm
it's
just looking
chapter
at
5.
the set of all this.
Let's see. Hand axes are 5 gold pieces. Daggers are 2 gold pieces.
Alright. I purchased 10 throwing daggers.
Alright. And so you do. It's about 20 gold. And as such, you bring up the throwing daggers, and she wraps them in what would be fine leather to keep you from poking yourself. And you stuff them into your bag, providing her with the 20 gold for the purchase. Well, thank you, and please come again.
Thank you, madam.
And
then
you go ahead and exit out through the shop.
Right. Alright, I then go to Arvello's.
Yes, it takes you a little bit of time. To you, this being the first time, you see what looks to be this not too big of a tent outside, and as the steps go down, you notice that there are several tapestries that you kind of have to push through, and you're walking. You begin to notice as you enter into the shop that, much like the TARDIS, small on the outside, really big on the inside. And you now see what looks to be, a man, wearing this all blue suit, with his tailcoats, with the tails of his coat kind of just waving side to side, and he's currently in the front of his shop juggling.
All right, I'm going, I'm leaving, Jesus.
You're not inside the shop.
Aw.
Aw, I wanted to toss a dwarf.
best way for them to introduce.
Alright,
Good afternoon, sir. Are you this our fellow I've heard tell of?
And as you say this, he catches each individual ball, and he turns to you. Yes.
You kidding me? A Simpsons character.
Oh.
Oh my.
Right. I wish to peruse your wares, sir.
Oh, of course, of course. And as he begins to now walk behind his counter, so what can I, or Velen, and his arcane assets provide to you, good sir?
I've been told that you carry fine weapons of unusual quality.
Well, magical weapons in specific. I mean, I'm allowed to legally sell them here, so let's call them what they are. Come now. So what is it you're looking for? And I could possibly see that you're, I would say maybe a sword or two, maybe.
Indeed. What in your expertise would you recommend for one such as myself?
Well, I have many a sword. As he now begins to go below his countertop, and he pulls out what looks to be books, and you begin to hear these papers falling to the floor as he does such. Well, let me check my books. And I need to check my book. Well...
now, these are items that would not be in the handbook, correct?
These are items that are not in the handbook, but these are in the Dungeon Master Guide's book.
Okay. I was just making sure it's stuff I wouldn't have had information on.
Yeah.
Alright.
Let's see. I hope I didn't put it away or throw it away. Because I know I had an extra sword somewhere. Shit. Well, I know whenever I don't have it, or Velo might not have it. Shit. Then I am gonna have to open up the guidebook because I know what he has. It's just that I don't have the paper to remember what he has. So, during that time, he takes you up the stairs of his shop, and you enter what seems to be a wellspring room of where there are several boxes. A majority of them empty, but some are filled with there's a sword in specific. It doesn't look like it's been touched. There's books, one or two books, a dagger that doesn't look like it should be touched, a box that is closed, but you can kind of see through its creases that there's light shining out of it. Let's see. As I begin to open up this document. Let's see. You notice that there's also several different robe sets and cloaks, and along with, I would say, or not a hand axe, an axe in general, and what looks to be a belt on this mannequin, this large mannequin-looking individual with what seems to be the strong face of a giant, as you've probably heard through your travels.
Alright.
Ah, Christ. Exit. Not this one, but rather this one. So, is there anything in particular that you wish to inquire about?
Yes. This belt caught my eye.
Ah, yes, the belt of giant strength. And I think this one was made from, I remember correctly, hill giants. If I know any better.
What are its qualities?
Well, the effects of the belt are, if you place it upon yourself, it provides you a set amount of strength that originally comes from the giant itself.
Alright.
And what would the price be for such an item?
If I remember correctly, the person I had hire it came back with a missing limb. So it might be quite a bit pricey. The set price is about 1,500 gold pieces. You keep in mind that this is a very rare belt. Magical items are not easy to come across, nor are they easy to create. I would know.
Indeed. What of this cloak?
Oh, the Cloak of Elven Kind, yes. So, this one provides you with, if I remember correctly, and as he's kind of just now waving his hands and fingers to the air, much like I am. I'm not bad at this, I swear. It's just trying to remember where everything is difficult. Okay, let's see. Cloak of Elven Kind. When the hood is up, it allows you to make better seeing, much like if you were to perceive something far better, and also I believe it also increases your stealth ability. It makes you more. The magic itself makes you more silent.
And what price is attached to such an item?
The creation of the cloak comes from several different elven elements and elven magic to begin with, and the commissioning takes quite a bit of time, about 2 months. So I would say the price would be, in its nature, about 1,700 gold.
Alright, I go over to the box that had the glow coming out of it.
Oh yes, and that would be my personal favorite. That right there is a light orb. And as such, he quickly snatches up the box and he immediately opens, and as such the entire room is filled with this fairly bright light. You kind of just quickly try to cover your eyes from what it is, and as you kind of just look like this, you begin to notice that Arvello seems to have this arcane-like shade around his eyes, and is like, yes, gets them every time, and he slams the box shut.
My character nods, blinking.
Like this, like...
Yes.
I see. Do you also sell replacement eyes? For mine appear not to work no longer.
Oh no, it should only take you about a few moments. I mean, adjusting so quickly is always hilarious to me, and I'm sorry for pulling an unnecessary joke on you.
'Tis fine, sir.
Righto, so, light orb, I would usually set the price around 500 gold. They're more useful during the night time in order to prevent what I would consider sneaking up, but seeing as how you're of orcish descent, I would say you already have a dark vision ability, so this thing
Indeed.
probably wouldn't be necessary for you, as he throws the box and it crashes into several other boxes with what looks to be several more boxes with light shining out through the seams. It seems like he seems to make light orbs as a hobby, but tries to sell them off as if they're really special.
I feel like I've been listening to the Dwarf too much. Because my immediate thought was play hacky sack. Sorry. What were the other items that you mentioned?
There was one sword in particular.
Right. Remember there was a sword, and I think you also mentioned an axe.
Yes, there is an axe. Let's see.
I think I missed a sword when you were doing it earlier. Yeah, I think
Yes.
that.
Oh, and as you look at what looks to be a box with a blade that seems to have in its design, it looks like a really nice sword, as it has jewels embedded into its hilt and several other fine jewels along the guard. The end of the sword seems to have a cutout, and the sword just seems to be quite long in its nature, but not too wide. To you, it feels pretty cool. It makes you feel lucky. Oh, and that right there is a luck blade. I wouldn't want to sell that, to be honest. It's probably what's been keeping the shop open, but the price for it is, as he begins to point out the window up towards the sky.
You wish for me to claim the sun for you?
No, I'm saying that the price is sky high.
How can the...
My character just shuts his mouth.
Alright.
Let's see.
Is there a way I may parlay the price to a lower level for purchase? Perhaps services you would require?
I'm sorry, but I would not sell this sword in its immediance. The price for it in and of itself is about 100,000 gold pieces.
I see. Do you have anything in the 500 gold range?
Magical weapon-wise, no. Definitely not.
Alright, let's try to think. How much was a perception cloak again? 15?
The Cloak of Elvenkind, I believe, was 1,700.
Alright.
Do you have any healing items? Potions? Charms, perhaps?
Currently, I do have elemental stones that I'm selling about 250 apiece, if those suit your interest.
What do they do?
Well, let me jump over to that page and I'll be able to tell you. Let's see.
The vacuum.
Can I offer to sell him a dwarf? Just kidding.
Yeah, slavery is not a thing.
More like indentured servitude.
Let's see. As you guys return back to the lower stairs, you look up to where there's a shelf, and you see what seems to be several magical and arcane-ish glowing stones on these small little pedestals. They all seem to glow in its own color. You see see what looks to be a blue sapphire, a yellow diamond, a ruby, kind of well cut, jewel, and of course an emerald. Well, each one of these has a elemental property to them. The blue one is air, the yellow one is earth, the red one, of course, is fire, and the emerald is that of water. Now, each one is imbued with a magical spell. Should you use it, it lets you just use it once, and lets you conjure a spell of an elemental identification.
Alright. Alright, I didn't realize he was going to be taking us downstairs again.
I have one last query about an item I saw upstairs.
Yes.
'Twas an axe, I believe.
Yes, the Giant Slayer. I believe it was 2,500 gold. Not a very nice piece of equipment. It's been used by a general once, but he decided to retire it for a new one.
Why is it not a nice piece of equipment?
Because think of a massacre, if you will, of an entire.
I can imagine.
Well, of an entire giant village. Their blood, their bones, their teeth, their everything imbued upon that item. They're not nice. And such magical items are equally not nice if you don't attune to them right.
Have you had a difficulty selling said item?
Considering it came from the original general, it doesn't seem happy with those who try to pick it up. It takes a very strong individual to even claim such a thing, and thus, even though the price, well, yes, still hefty, it's also an issue of whether or not they'd be able to take it out of the store.
If I were to lift it, would you sell it to me for a lower price?
Perhaps. Perhaps. If you would dare to try.
May I, sir?
Very well. And you return back upstairs. You see, of course, this axe kind of off in its place, if you notice. In and of itself, you begin to inspect, and it has this, not a draw, but rather a violent look to it. Let me actually turn down to it. Let's see. Itself looks like it's made out of like you can see out of one of the sides of this battle axe teeth attached by chains going through a hole. It looks like it's made out of bone, like as if it was carved bone onto this saw, and it doesn't. It in and of itself, it just isn't an. It's a well-designed weapon, but it feels like it's not a nice weapon.
Alright, I reach over and what do I need to what dice do I roll? D20 again?
To try and pick it up?
I suppose.
Go ahead. Make a DC strength saving throw.
Can I do like any other check to increase my chances that I don't get killed instantly?
Nope. Straight up strength.
Alright. Alright. Come on. Daddy needs a new axe. I rolled a 17.
As you reach for the weapon and you grab a hold at the top of its handle, you begin to hear a certain sound. Like this very low, guttural, violent sound. Who wishes to wield me?
Sorry, can you repeat that? My internet cut out. Sorry.
You hear this low guttural sound, this voice. Who wishes to wield me?
One seeking your power.
I reply.
Many wish to seek my power. There is only one, and I hate. I despise the man. They're unworthy.
I too despise the unworthy.
Relinquish me at once.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you, dude.
Relinquish me at once. I need you to make a charisma saving throw.
Do I add my... By the way, when I tell you my total, do I add my number to it, or you just add it to it?
Add it on top of your roll.
Okay, so the last one, I said I rolled a 17. I had the +5 for strength.
Okay, well,
I don't know if that makes any difference.
Since it is a saving throw, remember it's the final number of your saving throw, and then on top of your d20.
Okay, so what was it? I said a 17 for the last one.
Yeah.
Then I had the +5. I don't know if that makes a difference.
22.
Yeah.
It didn't really make a difference. It doesn't
Okay.
seem impressed with your strength, but you were able to grab hold of it and slightly lift it, but it seems to be drawing itself back down.
Alright. Charisma. Come on. Come on. 16. +4, so 20.
And as it tries to draw itself back down, it stops. You wish to be worthy.
I do.
Then truly show me your strength. And in its immediance, you begin to feel it, gravitational-wise, begin to draw itself even heavier down. Make a strength saving throw.
Alright. Oh, and I felt my dice fell on the floor. Sorry. Fucking cat. Sorry. Kind of on a cramped space. Alright, I got another 16 +4, so it's 20.
As it begins to pull itself down, you are now lifting it up with just pure brute strength, and you begin to hear like a heartbeat, like juju, 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 and it doesn't seem to just be yours, but it's also this weapon's heartbeat as well, as it begins to kind of get like this arcane pulse to it. Arvello is standing, looking at this like, oof. And make another strength saving throw. Because magic is not something that you fuck around with.
Nope. Can I ask the weapon what it desires?
As you begin to kind of lift and you ask it, what are your desires? I desire battle. I desire blood. I desire a worthy fight and a wielder.
I can give you battle. I can give you blood. For my life has been riddled with it, and my future shall be drenched with it.
And as such,
my-
you roll. What was the roll originally?
I just rolled just now. Oh, I literally just rolled it.
Okay.
It's a 15. +5. Wait, what's that? 5. Yeah.
All right.
So, it's
You
19.
begin to keep drawing the blade closer to yourself. The heartbeats, which seemed out of sync at first, are now beginning to beat together, and you can feel the lineage of that orcish and giant, the feeling of what it is of being an orc, being a very powerful, what would be considered in general a monstrosity in the general public eye, or just even the feeling of what is Garumish, which is the god of war and chaos in nature. And it seems like you guys are becoming one together in this sense of battle. And I need you to make one more strength saving check.
God, I hope I don't screw this one up. There's way too much build up. $17 plus 5.
And as you begin to rise it even closer to yourself, and you hold it now in the air. Then show me battle. Show me your strength. And suddenly, what seems to be that heavy gravity that was trying to draw this axe down is no longer there. And you know that feeling when you do like heavy lifting, like you just benched 100 pounds, and then you go and move on to like the 5-pounders, and then suddenly like it's like, oh my god, this is super light. That's what just happened.
Whew. I feel like mentally that just happened too.
Yeah. You made all your DC saving checks, so you're good.
Yeah.
In a sense, you would be attuned to this weapon.
We shall find battle together.
I truly hope so. And the voice recedes back from your mind. And Arvello, now seeing that the arcane forces that were pulling down, seeing as he is a very powerful mage, he knows when something doesn't want something, but now he notices that whatever that force is gone. And he just claps like, well, I have not seen something like that in quite some time. 500 gold.
We have an accord.
And as such, you guys begin to walk down the stairs, and you go to the front. He pulls out one of the many scrolls that seem to just not dump on the floor, but then magically and arcanely fly back up onto the back counter and settle itself. He writes what the items are, what the item is, the price, and then he turns it over to you and lays the pen on it. Sign here, and it is magically accorded to yourself.
Alright. I sign and pay him the gold.
And as such, as soon as you finish signing, a slight glow comes from the signature. The scroll then wraps up, and he pulls out from the center a separate one where he gives to you, and he throws it over. He throws the original one over his shoulder, and takes the gold from the counter and throws it under it. Well, quite the show. I hope that you do come back, and hopefully with friends. Don't forget, Arbelo's arcane assets. And he winks at you just a bit.
Alright. So, what are the stats of the new item I just got?
I will provide them to you after game, because...
Alright, sounds good.
Goddamn.
Alright. So...
Thank you, my good sir.
And I exit the shop.
Alright, and that will be it for you. That seems to just... I think everybody got to do what they needed to this week, if I remember correctly.
Whew.
No, I still have...
Sorry about the hold up, guys.
Yeah. I still have that thing. That I was hoping... fuck it. Or you don't get it, then she don't get it.
Okay.
All right. So, anything else, you guys, like, last moment things?
Good.
All right. The week passes relatively easily. You all do your jobs. Tara, you get 500 gold from your job that you had provided. Events seem to just simply fly by the week.
Yay.
As you guys are settling within your rooms, you hear some knocks on your doors, and you all exit out. All which seems to be like several separated images of the shadow agent now all coming back together to him. Please enter within my office, if all of you will. Quietly, quickly. And he turns around and walks back towards the front. As you guys do so, you guys enter his office, and you notice the two generals looking like they're in their street clothes, not looking as professional as many would assume them to be, no matter what. And as such, you all take a seat on the couches, the chairs, and the shadow agent sitting at his main desk. Well, generals, provide them the news. And Obi then looks towards the group. Of course, Braun is there as he's necessary. And Obi looks, and what of this one, Shadow Agent? Oh, more hired muscles. He'd be necessary to be here for the moment. Right. Well, so what we found out is that the Montenegro family have turned from doing this rather chaotic and rather unnecessary attacks, as they have been quite random, to now precision and predictable. Luckily, the man who had been keeping these notes are, in a sense, very well defined. And now that we know where they're heading, unfortunately, this is the bad news. They're heading back to the Emerald Enclave. And thus, we need to send you there immediately.
I'll go. I have no problem going there immediately. I can leave tonight.
Ah, that's the thing. All of you will be leaving tonight. But, is the thing, cannot let them know. You cannot just barge in, hoping that you'll be able to save the day like most heroes. This has to be done stealthily and with precision. And thus, Maven is going with you. And you guys look towards this woman who, long black hair, silver bangs going down the side with what looks to be this metallic face mask. Just in very dark clothing. With some very particular looking gloves and interesting cloak where what looks to be tendrils with some spikes at the end below them. She will be not only your backup, but possibly the most important piece of asset upon this mission. So, I can't stress this enough. You must go in. You must save the king. Should we fail, all hope is lost.
All right. What do we know about... Do we have any blueprints for this place we're taking?
Well, there's not really a place that you're taking. They're heading to the Emerald Enclave.
Emerald Enclave
Yes,
is my home. I know it from like the back of my hand.
What do we know of the strength of their forces?
The Montenegro family has been growing as of the past several months. And it seems like not only are they growing, but possibly recruiting. Several eyewitness reports have seen, hell, even children as well. I wouldn't put it past them if they were brainwashed, at the very least.
Do you know if they possess mages, sorcerers?
in the sense, if whatever information that the Shadow Agent had provided you about the White Sorcerer up in White Dragon Summit, not him in particular. The White Mage in particular is nowhere to be seen, but we had sent up several individuals along with Lyle to return to White Dragon Summit in order to investigate the transportation circle that had resided within the dragon's dwelling. We hope to hear back from them soon, but as far as we know, there are no mages currently nearby.
What about taking the alternate routes to getting to the Emerald Enclave? I know there are some small caves, and maybe we can use that to our advantage.
Possibly. I think.
I know the western side should have hills.
It should, but it's also a clear opening. Anybody could be able to go through. I think there might be a cave north to the Emerald Enclave that you might be able to go through. It goes down quite a bit, but then it goes right back up should you begin to make your ascent. I think that might be the safest bet, because there might be creatures lurking below, but I think any of you might be able to handle such things. If I'd be correct, you're powerful warriors in general.
We go there immediately. We take the cover of the night, because it will take us a while to get there. We should be able to have the element of surprise.
I believe so.
Very well.
Do you know what races they've aligned with?
As far as I know, Emerald Enclave has just been restricted to itself. We are nothing but elves and half-elves.
I meant about our foes, indeed.
The Montenegro family.
As far as we know
Yes.
about the Montenegro family, they don't seem to align with anyone else. That's as far as we know. It's just
Indeed.
that they went from rather random attacks to now precision.
Are you certain that these are the same people?
Very. We have skilled spies, but not enough in order to penetrate their forces to retrieve the king. It's just what we can see from afar.
Well, someone must have taught them precision.
Look, the longer we're standing around, the less time we have.
Quiet.
You know what we
Please go
should
there
do?
immediately.
We should set up 2 teams. A stealth team to find out where the king is located. And let's just say a noisier team to help them get him out.
No, absolutely
After,
no noise whatsoever. You sneak in,
We
you get the king,
find where
and
he
get
is.
out.
It's maybe difficult for you,
Well, I'm just
Joseph,
saying, 3
but
of
you
us
have
dressed
to
up
be
as
quiet.
bandits.
No.
No, you will be.
It's better just to go through the caves, stay quiet, and when the time comes, observe and report. Do not engage immediately.
Precisely, and that is why you're going with Maiden.
I'm just saying, a well-timed explosive from one side of the place might make it a bit easier to sneak around from the other side.
They're
You
about to
said
attack
that
in
you-
Perhaps,
They're
but
going
this
to
is
attack
something-
in the village, but that does not mean we cannot use explosives. We'd rather risk as little casualties as we can.
Yes.
We'd rather have no casualties.
You have 2 days in order to
A
get
little
there.
distraction might help.
You have 2 days to
Joseph,
get
do
there
you have
before
more
they
sleeping
arrive.
potions?
Look, I tried to get more sleeping potions, but the guy was kind of being a bit of a dick about it. Oh, who's this guy?
An ally, as far as I know. And as such, the Shadow Agent then rises from the table. Well, then before you all leave, I believe you should take a rest, possibly meditate over the issue. Maybe we will remain here, and hopefully we will find out a more precise plan in the time when it's needed. And as such, Obi then stands up, and when you see a halfling stand up, it's not really standing up, it's kind of just moving their head forward. Well, if that's the current situation at hand, then I will leave the rest of you to the matter. Maven, best of luck to you. And as she turns, she nods her head slightly and then repositions it back, what looks to be straightforward for her.
Alright. Before we get any further, Maven, I would like to get to know you first. If you're to join us, I need to know how you can help us. What exactly is your skill?
As you say this, she looks towards you specifically, and you hear a voice in the back of your head. I am a profession of the mind. And then the voice recedes out of your head, like, oh, okay.
Like, I've heard that voice before. It sounds familiar.
Yeah. It doesn't seem like she talks verbally, but it seems like she's able to communicate. Okay. And as far as you know, through many of the history books, this is known as deep speech. It is communication of mental. There is no mouth, there is no verbal words, it is all within the mind.
That makes it easier.
Yep.
I understand. Alright.
She does not talk.
And what about you, half orc? We need as many people as possible for this mission, but we have to make sure that we keep discrepancy as well. Mostly looking at Joseph.
You are quite frightening, half orc.
Yes, we can use that to our advantage, but how do we know that he won't just attack everyone in the middle of the mission?
Despite my appearance, I am more than capable of handling my rage. Rage is merely another weapon. Same with your bow. One merely needs to know when the proper time is to use it.
Well, okay. Is anyone, like, not convinced by that? That seems like a really angry kind of thing to say.
Of course you would think that.
Well, all I'm saying is that you got two people that you think might be a bit, let's just say, harsh. So maybe we're your backup.
All right.
We'll stay out of it. If you get caught, tell your psychic buddy to give us a little buzz in our heads, and we'll start blowing shit up.
Yeah, no, only I know that.
Yeah. Didn't we all hear it?
Yeah,
Or she only
no,
just said...
She only spoke it to me.
Yeah, it was just her.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna speak. Okay. I'm gonna use my language and speak Dwarven to Joseph.
All right.
Oh,
Nobody else.
yeah.
Nobody else knows Dwarven, as far as I know. And I'm basically saying, you fuck this up, and I will personally castrate you.
I reply back in Dwarven, your accent is really thick, but that's pretty good. That's why I'm saying we should hang back so we can't fuck it up.
I do not know.
At the same time, I then proceed to try and stealth out of their vision.
You're in a room full of people. You're in a room full of people, but go ahead.
I do have a 5 for stealth, so... I rolled a 15, so 20.
No, people still notice you.
Did they notice how silent I was, though?
You managed manage to step without making a noise, but visually they still see you.
I go like, yeah, how about that? You didn't hear that, did ya?
I do not know which the elf said, but I appreciated the tone of it.
Look, she said
As for the
that
dwarf,
she said you had a
Shien.
lovely smile.
As for the little dwarf, she amuses me.
Hang on, did you just call me a she?
Yeah.
Are you
You know
not?
what? I've got a beard.
So dwarven women have beards
Yeah,
too.
dwarven women have beards. I found this out
Yeah, but-
yesterday.
But it's like a nice beard.
Still a
All
beard
right,
the
okay,
fucking
you know
same.
what? Ron, if you want me to prove to you I'm a man, I will. Have you got Snapchat?
Okay, stop.
First of all, no such thing as fucking Snapchat here. Mention it again and
You
I'll
don't even-
kick your ass. Second of all,
Just no.
no.
Okay, I'm gonna grasp the bard's hand and shake it incredibly firmly, so he kind of gets an idea of my strength, but it's not like an aggressive attack.
He's not a bard.
I said barbarian, didn't I?
Oh.
No, you said
No.
Bob.
I think I just said Bob.
Oh, okay. That's
I grasped the Bob.
Alright. You give him
Do I roll for strength or?
roll for strength.
Do I have to roll for
Okay.
strength as well?
Yeah, go ahead.
18 plus 6. Booyah!
20. Plus 5.
Are you sure you rolled a
Wait,
natty 20?
Natty 20?
My first one. Ever.
You try to squeeze his hand. You don't squeeze it, and then he squeezes back, and you can kind of hear your knuckles pop a bit.
Ooh.
All right, so be that way, dick. Jesus.
You pull your hand out, like...
The dwarf
Wow.
amuses me.
We might have someone who can finally shut Joseph up.
I'm feeling like we're gonna get a Batman and Robin thing going here.
And you're the Robin.
That's
I'm
delicious.
definitely Robin. I'm definitely Robin.
All you
By the
gotta
way,
do is
when
wear
you
your underwear
mentioned-
outside of your clothes.
When you mentioned his smile, and he tried to give you and you tried to give him a very firm handshake, and he crushes back, when he smiled, you noticed some very pearly white teeth. As pearly and as white as they fucking come.
You've got some delicious. Did I just say delicious?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've been drinking too much. I've been drinking way too much.
Oh, bourbon.
Huh?
Oh, bourbon.
Well, I switched on to ciders after 3 bourbons.
Oh, okay.
I'm on my second or third glass of bourbon.
More cola.
I feel like we need to get masks. I've got my red bandana. I'm gonna take the dagger out. I'm gonna cut 2 eye holes into it, and I have a Robin mask.
Okay. Alright.
Do you expect me to wear this, dwarf?
No, I'm wearing it. No, this is for
Wraps
me.
it
You
around
gotta
his
get your
head.
own one.
He wraps it around his face, and now he just looks ridiculous in the office.
I think I just
At this
spit up
point,
my
as
water
you
on
guys
my-
have known Maven to be very straight and never just like moving, she then takes her fingers and kind of like rubs the eye area that is covering her eyes currently, and just like stroking it on her mask. Then I.
Oh,
will
she's
almost-
face palming.
At the
Yeah,
very
basically.
least, yeah. And Obi, as he begins to kind of scuttle towards the door, Well then, I will leave the mission up to your somewhat capable hands. As he's looking towards the dwarf, and it opens it and then closes it behind himself, and you can kind of hear the patter of the halfling leaving. Well, then, like I said, rest through the rest of the day till night comes. Meditate if you find it necessary to, and I will prepare. We'll prepare means for your leave.
Okay, I just want to say one more thing to Braun. And go, all right, clearly we're going to have some kind of rivalry. Do we want to do good cop, bad cop? You can be good bad cop if you want, but
Good bad
quite
cop.
frankly, I think I'd be better at it.
Good bad cop. Jeez.
And I snort some black powder.
Oh.
I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
I don't snort a whole lot. I just a little
I
bit
don't
and I
care.
snort it. Okay.
I don't care.
I rolled a 2.
It's a
But my
sulfide.
con is 5, so 7.
You begin to notice that there's blood now coming out of your nose, and you become very, very lightheaded and kind of just fall back against the wall, almost knocking
And
yourself out.
I'm bumping up against the wall and I just go, nobody's gonna fuck with a crazy guy.
And as such, you then begin to lean and then fall on the floor.
All right. I walk over and pick up the dwarf.
And, honestly, I would have just gotten up and left him.
What
I'm kind of muttering, oh, holy shit, that's good stuff.
That's a sulfide. That actually should kill you. But
It should.
it really should. But I'm not allowing it right now.
Alright, so anyway.
So what looks to be this much more giant man picking up this very tiny and well buffed out dwarf, he's just carrying him at this point.
I walk over to the door. I open the door, and then I sit his lifeless body outside of it and close the door.
He's not lifeless.
Unconscious.
Yeah. As such, you just kind of just leave him outside the door and you just close it quietly.
And I hold the door handle tight so he can't open it.
Oh, he's not going. He's not going anywhere. You're currently
I'm
paralyzed.
unconscious.
Yeah, you're currently paralyzed for the next hour. By the way.
Oh, at first
But
I
I'm
just make sure
feeling
his
it.
mask is on straight.
What? As he fell back, the mask would have moved up a bit, and as you put him down, you kind of like with your very gigantic fingers, gracefully put it right back where it was. And leave the
Oh, we are Megan friends.
ever so easily. It. You know how they say like a golden retriever can pick up an egg, not break it. Like it's kind of like that. Like it's like the friendly giant kind of deal.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah. Well.
Now,
Okay.
shall we continue our briefing?
Well,
And I take my seat.
as you sit down, the shadow agent. Well, we were able to brief everything we needed necessary to. I would suggest, as I said, resting up, and I will prepare your means for your leave.
Oh.
Unless you wish to. Seeing as how you haven't a room yet, Braun. Hopefully, if you do return, I will prepare one for you. But if you wish to stand by, please stay here with me then.
I don't think that will be necessary. I think we can share a room. At least a couple of us can.
Yes. Some recent happenings have occurred that have caused a certain two of us will now be sharing a room. And since there will now be a spare room, perhaps we could give that room to Braun.
Your generosity is appreciated.
Quite. Well then, I will, upon your re-arrival here, I will make sure everything is affixed to your necessary specifications, along with many of the other remodelings that need to happen because we haven't yet a kitchen. And as he rises from his seat, he begins to take an exit. Well, I will leave the lot to you, and like I said, I will prepare for your leave. And he then closes the door, and you could hear a bit of tripping. It was like, oh, yes, you. He seemed to have tripped over Joseph.
Hey!
You're paralyzed. You're not allowed to talk.
He's quiet. That's all we
I just
care.
dribble a little bit. I just dribble.
He just twitches like a sleeping dog.
No, because even my sleeping dog knows not to act like that.
I feel like, okay, I just had to throw out, I feel like Aaron's been waiting a long time for Joseph to be unconscious.
Oh, totally.
That grin.
Totally.
Yep.
Yeah, and chat, yeah. Begamnon and Alana will be sharing Alana's room. And, yeah, Arya gets Begamnon's room.
You guys did it in my bed. I don't want it back anymore.
I know.
Just burn it.
Right,
Like the bed is just covered in fire and shit. It's just burning.
No. It just smells of it, so.
Oh god.
Okay, just if our fanfic writer is in the chat right now, this is canon. When Begamin cummed, he just like snorted out fire, like unintentionally.
Oh god. We'll leave that to Miz. Anyways,
yeah, we'll leave
you
that
guys
to
are now left within the room with Maven. And is there any like last second like things that you can do that you want to do?
Well, I've pretty much just restocked on all my arrows, so now I'm pretty much maxed out.
All right.
Moment. So.
I moved all my stuff out of the room that Alana and Begamnon are now sharing, right?
That will happen when you
get back to the hotel.
Yeah, when you return. What you do know is that your stuff is still within your room, for the most part, but you know not to touch the bed. you just somehow know better.
Hey, we made it for you.
I don't want to smell twice the cum than usual that comes out.
Right.
Wow.
Okay.
Oh my god. Oh god.
Along with all that, Lana, you take note that the Shadow Agent had suggested something, like rest and meditate, which is, which there is a slight call from, even though you had many fun experiences the night beforehand, you
kind of
feel
need
like
to go back.
Yeah, you feel like it's necessary to take a little bit of time to do so.
It wasn't restful sleep, if you get what I mean.
I don't care. I don't care.
On the way out,
Like
fade to black. I don't care.
on the way out, I step on the dwarf.
And as such,
That's fair.
You kind of hear a little, and that's it.
All right, gone then. Rock, paper, scissors. Who takes him back to the room?
Well, to be fair, Aria has a cure-all, so she could probably wake me up with it.
I give him the cure-all, begrudgingly.
Do you?
It was so awesome when it was quiet.
Even when he wasn't.
Even when he was quiet, it seemed as though his presence still contaminated the conversation.
I somehow still felt irritated.
Quite
My
right.
rage became in danger of becoming unchecked.
Fair enough.
Quite right.
He says that, but now I have a nose flamethrower, so I mean, I think it's worth it.
Quite. Yaro,
You broke the DM. Good job.
It's usually what
I
happens
find
around
it
here.
hilarious.
It's usually what happens around here, though.
I find it funny. Just poor Aaron.
Yeah.
we go this way-
Poor Yaro fucking Shien, right?
Maybe for our sake, we should skip forward a little bit. Time lapse.
Time wise, well, it's because it depends on what you guys are doing at the time. That's the issue.
Just for our insanity, should we all just go? Yep, straight to next quest mission. No more of this town stuff.
I was hoping to get you guys out of Aurario fucking like by now, but that wasn't gonna happen. No, somebody's all like, I want drugs.
Okay,
So
well,
we went to look for fucking drugs.
Okay, he tries to be, random and funny, but you also have a bit of a stick up your ass. Calm down, Aaron.
Oh.
It is technically fair to say. It's mainly because like I said, we only get about like we get mostly 3 hours. I don't want to put you guys through a 4th hour unless we're fighting something, and that usually becomes an issue to me. So
Well, we're already fighting Joseph, so maybe we just do that.
I'm always fighting Joseph. Anyways.
Well, okay, we can get out of Aurora at the beginning of next game, so.
Yeah.
So,
Alright.
I'm gonna meditate before bed.
I would like to just basically learn everyone in the group's name, so that way we have it established that I know everybody's name next go around. Because we didn't do any actual formal introductions.
As formal introductions go, they seem to be relatively nice. Begomnin being, as he's met many of your kind in the past, respects you and your strength. Alana, as most half-elves in general, are fairly graceful and nice. Nice introduction. This is probably one of the very few times you've ever met a tiefling, Arya, as tieflings are of fiendish descent, and you've met many a dwarves. In fact, some of the mercenaries that you've known in the past used to be dwarves.
I've been dwarves.
And then there are dwarves. You've never really met anybody like Maven. Maven, in a sense, up front is an enigma. If that means anything.
Okay.
Wait, question.
Yes.
Was Lyle at the general's meeting?
Yes, she was.
Ah, damn. I missed to ask her something. I'll ask her right before we head out in the next one.
She had returned to White Dragon Summit in order to investigate the transportation circle. The thing with transportation circles is that they have they're like a door, in a sense, but she already knew better not to deal with it, mainly for the fact that she doesn't know anything about transportation circles, and she only deals with taking care of dark magic, not performing it all the time.
Yeah. Gotcha. Okay.
And as such, I think the way things have gone, I believe that we can finally call this a night, as it is already 9:18. So, that being said, we're going to go ahead and leave the game here, and then we will make our way to the Emerald Enclave next week.
Huzzah!
Indeed.
All right. So, gosh, lots of weird happenings this week. I would have to admit.
Weird. Some of it was expected. Some of it was being pushed upon.
I mean, I wouldn't.
Not by you, by the fans. I'm saying.
Right?
Damn, y'all were thirsty for some of that shit.
Just a bit.
What the fuck is that?
It is like I said. I do want to stress that it's okay to be silly, but it's not okay to be silly all the time, because stuff like this tends to take a lot of time out of the game, and it really draws back on the story, the overreaching arc of the entire game. Like I said, my attempt was to try and get you guys to do everything that was necessary for the week, and then, about an hour later, be able to get you guys sent out to the Emerald Enclave as soon as possible. Unfortunately, that just is not something that we have a hold of just yet, but it is something that I want you guys to acknowledge. And I'm not saying your fun is wrong. I'm just saying, and this is just something that sometimes things have to happen in a rapid succession as fast as possible.
Yeah, Begaman, tone it down in future.
Oh, Sammy.
Hey,
Sam.
It's an emotional episode too.
Oh man.
So.
All right, we got the feelings out of the way. We got the sexual tension out the way.
As foretold.
I got a new axe.
Foretold by the Fade to Black. That was all that was done.
I mean, I'm sure Miss Cookie will come up with something.
Oh,
no.
Miss.
She just disappeared. So.
Off to write fan fiction.
Probably. She came in right after we finished too. She was pissed off.
Well, she could watch the rerun. It wouldn't be hard.
I know.
Like right
She
at the
said
beginning of the stream.
she came in when I said fade to black. So she just
fade to black.
So.
Oh man. If there's no DP, then that's just a wasted. That's just biologically wasted.
Fade to black means use your imagination. I'm not going to tell you what happened. Yomi's not going to tell you what happened.
Oh, Yomi very likely will.
Oh god, Yomi probably will actually. You're
Isn't
right.
it scarier to leave it to the imagination, though? Can you imagine what kind of messed up stuff people are thinking of?
You don't want to know what I'm thinking of.
Everyone's thinking about the fact that he has 2 dicks.
One is
I
for
imagine
the
the
women and one is for the
wheelbarrow is
ladies.
incorporated.
No, I was thinking more one in the pink, one in the stink.
Stop saying that.
Sorry.
I'm gonna have to start doing certain phrases that shouldn't be said throughout the game.
That's the last time I ever say that. The first and last.
Alana
sounds uncomfortable.
Right?
It sounds.
Hey, don't knock it till you try it, all right?
If you think that's uncomfortable, Alana is a half elf, which means she's incredibly flexible. There might have been a one in the south, one in the mouth situation.
Oh.
You are very close to getting killed.
A doctor walks into the room.
Done.
Joseph, I've got your test back.
I
You've got
want
terminal
to
cancer.
thoroughly remind people that nothing could be scarier than a god who comes cracking through the fucking starry night sky asunder, rolls a d20, and let's see what the fuck happens.
He's gonna break out the bad dice.
I'm about to release the fucking greyhounds.
God damn.
I would have earned it.
Calm down.
I admit that. I would have earned that.
Jesus. Well,
God. That's definitely.
He's not the first one to say something like that.
But damn.
I know, but I know, but as track records
Hawk
show,
started it. Stop ganging up. Stop ganging up on Sam.
I made
don't
one
want
joke. I don't make jokes often.
no, because somebody already made that joke in the chat before. I'm all like, okay, somebody needs to fucking stop.
Oh, my bad. I didn't know anyone had made that joke already.
Just kidding.
Anyways, so yeah, a little bit different of a game as usual, and as such, we're gonna go ahead and leave it here for tonight. Or you could just release SD right. The Greek Pantheon is in the player's handbook, believe it or not. So, yeah. Get specifically Tara to
run out.
I fight you. As like some giant flying through the fucking sky. Anyways.
Oh my god, they finally finished that joke. Begonnen is red and his balls were blue. He wanted that half of booty and he finally got it too.
I love you, chat. Make fucking fan art.
Fan art.
Oh, fan art.
Oh, God,
fan
no.
art
Fan
that.
art. Fan art.
God.
Yes.
Fan art.
I
Alright.
Hashtag one in the mouth, one in the south.
Okay,
Fan art
okay.
that.
Oh.
I'm already ready for the Joseph X Braun fan art.
Okay.
Batman and Robin. That's
Anybody
Batman and Robin.
uses Alana Begonnen fan art, and I will post that stuff to all my channels. I will make that my new icon. If anybody can do that.
Anyways.
And I will get a tattoo of any Joseph fan art you send in.
No matter how good or bad.
I just got the most like horrific mental image of something to send you.
Fan art of the kids of Alana and Begonnen. Remember, she already has a half-elf daughter, so you need 2 dragonborn kids after that.
Oh,
One
now
girl,
you
one
have
boy,
to deal
just
with
in case.
step brothers and. Ugh.
Someone do fan art of Arya. She just steers other people's ships and helps other people. Make me feel important.
I can imagine like Arya always in the background, legs crossed, kind of just like either strumming on a lute or a harp, or just kind of like sitting back and playing the bagpipes. Always laughing at somebody. That's what tieflings do in general.
Arya did a whole lot this episode. She basically got Arya and Begonnen together.
Alana, you silly. Alana, you silly.
It's my accent.
Alright. Alright, you guys. So, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up tonight. Thank you guys for watching. Anybody have any last words before we end and then attempt to end?
Thanks for having us, guys. Thanks for watching, and thank you guys for inviting me to join.
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely.
Thanks to everyone. Thanks for the fun. Thanks for the laughs, and thanks for shipping, I guess. And keep writing that fan art, and keep doing the fan art and writing the fanfics.
I almost made a very dirty rhyme with what you were saying.
Alright.
Thanks for the fun. Thanks for the laughs. Thanks for the ass. Is that what it was?
It involved ass.
Well,
And Begonnen.
I got one. I got some booty. I got some booty.
I cannot fucking wait to jump
God,
on
I
Twitter
fucking hate you.
Oh,
and read
dude.
the hashtag on how done I am.
Yaro is sick of this
12
shit.
notifications.
RX7.
Let me check mine.
Hashtag Yaro's sick of this shit. Yep.
If you guys get hashtag Braun X Joseph, if you get 500 things on that, I will suck his dick.
Holy shit.
And I'm not talking about in game. I will fly to LA.
Oh, God.
Oh God, no! Nobody gives the chat anymore.
Alright.
Oh.
Brothel Joseph.
So, without stressing that enough, thank you guys again for watching. Thank you guys for joining us and being active And as usual, I cannot wait for next week. And I hope to see you all there the next episode of D6. Laters.
Later.
Bye, guys.
Yep.